Welcome back, babies. This is Shonen Pulse, episode 65. Sorry we late. You know how I go with holidays, Father's Day, Juneteenth, all that good stuff. But we back, baby, talk about manga. You know what manga we talk about? I ain't going actually, that's a lie. We talk about Centuria, Dandadan, Ranger Reject, Gachi Yakuta, Shangri-La Frontier, Kinato's Magic, Ichi The Witch, Kagurabachi, which is going on break after this for like a month or two. So who knows? We might talk about some Hunter or something. You never know, man. We just keep checking back, baby. But hit the buttons, like, comment, subscribe. We got membership set up. We got Patreon set up. Spotify got episodes coming out every day or so. That might have calmed down now. I forget. We were probably behind, but you know what to do. Drop the buttons, hit the hype button, all that good stuff, and let us know your thoughts, comments, concerns. Join the Discord too. We be in there yapping sometimes, but it's not super popping yet. But you can help change that, baby. Anyway, we gonna jump straight into it with Centuria, chapter 95, A Cursed Countenance. And yeah, we start off with just the bullshit. We're just jumping straight into kind of like Lalawag and this one chick. I don't know if her name was ever given, but they've been kind of throwing it for a little while. But the other chick with the face covering apparently is just hard body. Like Lalawag can't like even get a scratch on her, but hundreds of clones have died, so we just got bodies upon bodies and bodies just all over the floor. So this is interesting.
Yeah, I
I wonder
wonder
what.
what it is about this scythe wielder
Yeah,
that, because she even says to think you didn't get a single drop of blood on you. So it's like she's slicing up all of these clones. And like, it's one thing if she's just like got, combat prowess on the level of Lalawag not being able to do any damage to her or land a hit on her. But for her to be using a weapon like a scythe and, slicing through all of these bodies and not even getting a single drop of blood on her, it's like, is that equated to like her combat prowess and her agility and whatnot, or is it an ability based thing? Like, can she just not be touched somehow?
the way the blood is kind of like on the first two pages, like the way the blood and everything is kind of like in a circle around her, kind of makes
Yeah,
me think she has like some kind of invisible dome ability, or maybe something like Gojo's Infinity, where
I
it's
was
just like
thinking like
stuff
it's some kind of
can't get
barrier.
close.
Yeah,
Yeah, and maybe she just doesn't have like the physical capabilities to like deal with all of Lalawag's bullshit, but she also is just like hard to deal with. So it's like she says, what did Lalawag say? Like our gifts are incompatible. So it's
yeah.
like they kind
So
of
it
like
is gift
counter each other
related.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gotta be ability related that she can't, that she isn't getting blood on her, that Lalawag can't touch her. But then it also goes back to what I was saying. Like, you remember that nigga from Frieren, the dude who could make the clones of himself, and how he took like that whole test from like the comfort of his crib, like however far away from the actual
Yeah.
testing like zone or whatever. I wonder if that's something that we're seeing here with Lalawag. Like, is her real body even anywhere close to this scene? You know what I'm saying?
Probably
Like,
not.
yeah, like I feel like she might just be, somewhere miles and miles away in some kind of bunker, or just, in some kitchen somewhere drinking coffee and eating biscuits while this whole thing is going
Yeah.
on. Like, like you have to wonder that when you have, characters that can just, create duplicates of themselves. Like, it's so common, I want to say, that they want to make you think that the real body is somewhere, just for it to be somewhere
Yeah.
else. You know what I'm
With an
saying?
ability like that, it makes the most sense to just be somewhere else chilling anyway and just letting
Exactly.
your dupes just, fight it out forever. But I'm guessing her plan was because like she had to the other chick, I don't know if her name was given again. I forgot if it was, but she had to have known that their gifts were incompatible like this. Like these two would end up fighting for like ever if if there were no interruptions. So it's like Lalawag talks about her plan. She says like you came here thinking that I was guarding Diane. So I'm guessing like her plan was to come here and like eventually get to Diane and kill her, knowing that like Lalawag couldn't kill her and she couldn't kill her either. But it was just like eventually I'll like kind of like snowplow my way through all these bodies until I get to the little girl, and then I can like kill her or whatever. Even though me and you can't kill each other, like you also can't stop me from killing her.
Right.
But since like the kid is in here, it's like fuck, I just wasted my time coming here.
Yeah.
But
That shit's
man,
wild.
But you know, Lalawag is confident in Lucas's ability, and I feel like this is probably like this page where she says a black swordsman, the formidable blade I've prepared to put it into your life. I feel like that's probably the coolest he's ever looked. Like
Yeah,
he don't look artily fucked up or whatever. Like
yeah,
always
artistically.
college. Yeah, that's the word. Artistically fucked. Like he looks cool here.
Yeah,
I was
looks
like, oh
very
yeah, so
normal face drawing. It doesn't look like,
yeah.
you know, there's that what's that character from SpongeBob? Flats. Where like flat have you ever seen Flats from SpongeBob?
Let me see, SpongeBob flats.
It's just
What the
like,
fuck? It's just showing shoes. SpongeBob
oh,
character.
Flats, yeah. He's like a bully that's like a flat fish and like his like
Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen
yeah,
this
that's
nigga.
kind of like how like the I feel like the criticism that you have for Centuria character art kind of like comes down to, you know, it reminds me of this character from SpongeBob because like he's like flat faced and then like all of his like features are like kind of like on the side of the face and it looks very
Yeah,
like, you know, 2D and flat or whatever. And a lot of the
yeah,
time, I
dude.
feel like Toru Kuramori's character art kind of has that kind of uncanny, you know, like composition to. Yeah,
Use
so it's
yourself.
like
Oh,
yeah, so it's like I feel like in this drawing, like it's like very normal and unlike the criticism that we've had for Centuria character art so far, which makes me like wonder, like, bro, if you could draw characters like this all the time from the side, how come we getting the flats drawing sometimes? Then
yeah,
you
the
know
derps.
yeah, the derps, but yeah,
Maybe it's
it's
just the
yeah, the
scheduling or whatever.
scheduling too, yeah, could be a thing, yeah. But it's I'm curious because it's like if she's like go get the heart, we know that she doesn't want Diana to get the heart, or we know that she doesn't want this enemy to get the heart because Lalawag wants, you know, to do heart stuff with Diana. I want to say,
Yeah, and I mean, even if it wasn't for like some interior motive or ulterior motive or whatever, she, you know, it's probably not a bad idea to have allies. So
yeah,
like, you know, like screwing over, you know, Julian and them probably wouldn't be a good idea. Even though like the nigga's tough, that would be an interesting fight though. Julian versus Lalawag, you
yeah,
know, a million clones versus the guy who like dies 100 times. I mean, I
yeah,
guess it would really come down to like fighting skill, and she definitely I would have to say has more. Like she's probably been fighting all her life.
yeah,
Julian's kind of a ruffian with 100 lives, so he ain't
right.
got like the experience that she has.
So basically, she's like, yo, we're at a stalemate. If you go get the heart, if you go get Diane, then you could probably beat me easily. But if you go to get the heart, if you go to try to get Diane, then my black swordsman's gonna fuck you up. So, you know, we might as well stop fighting right now. Your only chance is to go face my black swordsman to see if you can get the heart. Probably die. If you don't, you can get the heart and come back and kill me. But I'm confident that Lucas is gonna fuck you up. So I think that that's where we've kind of been left with when it comes to their altercation.
Yeah, she kind of put her in like a rock paper scissors kind of situation where
Yeah,
it's like, you know, we both are kind of like rock each other, but like you want to go and get, you know, Diane who's paper, but like scissors is just chilling right there waiting for you to come over.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Interesting.
but but yeah, I wonder like, you know, like with her saying you can just go get the child, like if she were to leave, like what does Lalawag do? Does Lalawag just not follow her and like attack her in the back or whatever? Does Lalawag just let her go and she just, you know, bakes a fucking celebratory pie? Like what does she do if this chick does decide to like go fuck it, I'm gonna go get the girl or whatever? Like I want to know what her plan is. This like a bluff? I don't think she's bluffing. I don't think this is like her going like, please take the bait and leave so I can catch my breath. I don't think it's nothing like that.
Mhm.
But I just wonder like if she were to go like, fuck it, you're right, I'm gonna go get the heart and come kill you. Like what happens then? Besides like knowing, you know, Lucas is there to defend her.
Yeah, I don't know. But Lucas has
But
got his hands full over here with this fucking this lady accursed character is fucked up, dude.
yeah, this is legit the fucking Curse of the Abyss from Maiden Abyss. Like
Oh, I heard about this. Yeah.
yeah, when you go down the floor and made an abyss,
Hmm.
and like you can descend fine, but
When you
us
try to come back up.
reascending, yeah, that's when you try to come back up. That's when you start getting all kinds of like crazy, fucking like curses and fucking deformities. Like people's shape change and shit. Like people will like lose limbs and fucking eyeballs get sucked into their head and shit. Like on
It's
the later
yeah.
floors.
Wow. Yeah, I only read like a volume of Made in Abyss, and then other people have like talked to me about it. So I do have like an idea of what you're talking about. I couldn't help but think that it was inspired by like deep sea diving. Like
Yeah.
what's that one illness or sickness that you can get if you're not like properly decompressed like within a certain amount of time after you come back up from deep sea diving or spelunking or something like that, where it's like,
Oh
what is that called? I have to look it up now so I can know. Um,
yeah, I'm not sure.
what happens when you come up too fast from deep water? Causes gases in the body to expand rapidly. This can lead to two life-threatening conditions: decompression
Mm.
sickness, the bends, which occurs when nitrogen bubbles form in the bloodstream and tissues, and an arterial gas embolism, or AGE, where expanding air ruptures the lungs and blocks blood flow. Yeah.
I
So
wonder if
yeah.
they ever tortured niggas like that. Like it's just
Oh my God.
like they sit them down like perfectly fine. Like they give them oxygen and shit, sit them down like 10,000 feet, and then just fucking like
Just pull them
jet,
back up.
yeah, like fucking rocket ship them up out of the ocean. Yeah,
Oh my God.
people just exploded midair.
Yeah, it seems like they kind of like, Made in Abyss and Centuria or whatever, like kind of like take that concept of going down and then coming back up and things happen to you and just applying like some fucking evil supernatural curse element to it. And
Yeah,
it's
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure in Made in Abyss too. They do like talk about it being below sea level. Like the abyss is like it does have something to do with the sea. There's just like not a sea there or whatever. Like there's
Yeah.
water in the abyss, but like they definitely mention how it's like super deep below sea level.
Yeah. Yeah, shit is crazy. But yeah, no, this ability from Lady Accursed genuinely like made me like uncomfortable. Like
Yeah,
like you turn the page, you see the splash page of like the fucking like viper and the moth and the fucking black widow spider like coming out of her face with all these mushrooms and these flowers, and it's an incredible drawing.
hmm
But then you start learning like what the ability is and just the way that like everything kind of flows like sequence wise, where she like lifts up the veil, has the smirk on her face, and then it shows a close up of Lucas looking at it. Then you get the splash page with the crazy drawing. And then he like, the next double page spread is him like realizing like, oh my fucking God, this is some fucked up shit. His eyes start bleeding, he tries to tell everyone not to look. Everyone already has, they're already bleeding from their eyes and mouths and shit. Like it was genuinely unsettling. Like an ability that, you know, can kind of make me feel like sick to my stomach like that. Like like if you look at it, you just start dying. And like just the way that it was kind of delivered in the sequencing and the composition from panel to panel, and the writing for it all the way to the end of the chapter is just very creepy and very well done. I don't remember the
yeah. I
last
think
time an ability had me like, ugh,
this
fuck.
is a very cool ability for sure. Like when I first saw it, like I didn't like I looked at it for like a few seconds and like before I turned the page to find out what it was, and I was like, I feel like this is something poison related because you got like snakes,
Hmm.
fucking spiders and mushrooms and shit. And I was like, okay, so this is something kind of poisonous. It also just reminds me immediately of Jigo Karaku,
Oh
fucking
yeah.
flowers and shit sprouting on people's faces and shit
Hmm.
like that.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, like to know that she has this kind of ability, some sort of like, death stare, Medusa, abyss curse, type look, and then these guys are all blind. It's like, okay, so they are definitely like especially like a battle force that was specially made to like accompany this woman. So like Lucas is saying, that Lucas goes, I don't feel the effects from behind my shield, which I don't remember that being a thing. His shield, I guess, nullifies things or
Yeah,
whatever
it
if he's
like
behind
blocks.
it.
Yeah, I think it's an all countering, like a gift countering, ability countering, like shield. So and it makes a lot of sense too, because it's like let's say your ability is to throw fireballs, and like the fireballs are hot as fuck, like and would normally just like melt like anything, regardless of how tough it is to slag or to ashes or whatever. It runs into the shield and just nothing happens. So then if your ability is you look at me and you die, you put the shield up and look through the shield at the thing you're not supposed to look at, because that thing is running into the shield on the way to your eyes. it makes sense that he can look at it through the shield. You know what I'm saying? Because it blocks, it negates all abilities. You know what I'm
Completely
saying?
like not off topic, but that just randomly made me think like if this weren't Centuria, like if this were a different type of manga, I could see that being something that causes this girl to fall in love. Like, oh my god, you're the first person who ever like was able to look at my face, and he's like, wow, you're actually beautiful. You know, like I can see that like being how they like defeat her or getting her to not be a bad guy by just like acknowledging her face.
Yeah.
Because like I don't think this is actually her. I feel like this is her gift. So I don't think she actually has these things sprouting from her face. It's just
Oh, it's just
like
a visual
genjutsu, I
representation of
think.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like a genjutsu or whatever. So like they're kind of seeing it, or it's like being done that way so that we can see, like get the idea. But I don't think her face actually like I don't think
Yeah.
those
You
things are
think she
really
looks
there.
normal and this is just like an artistic effect to communicate to the audience that like pestilence is like pouring out of her
Yeah.
face. And if
Yeah.
you look at it, you're fucked. But like she actually, in reality, just looks normal and you just can't see it because you start dying.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
she's probably got a normal ass face, but you just can't see it
yeah.
because of all the effects and shit. So yeah, like it'd be interesting if like she was actually beautiful and he like commented on that shit and it's like, well, you know, like I said, this ain't that type of manga,
Yeah.
um,
But that
but
is
the
cool
fact
with
that
the
he,
shield though, because the shield is see
yeah,
through. Like it is energy,
yeah,
but it is see through. Like he can pull it up, put it up like a visor, and then
exactly.
look through the shield. And then because the her pestilence ability is running into the shield on the way to his eyes, it blocks it and nullifies it completely, allowing him to like kind of have pestilence blocking like sunglasses
Yeah.
basically. Yeah,
So like in this case, I'm imagining like he can actually see her facial
right.
features instead of like spiders and shit. It's
I
like
think
that'd
I
be
think we
dope.
will get a scene like that. I don't know if it's going to turn into like a, oh my god, I love you because you could look at me kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I definitely think he is going to get a good look at her actual face, and we will see a proper drawing of it, if, before the end of the fight, and that's really
Yeah.
cool.
I think it'd be cool if we get like an over the shoulder, like third person point of view through Lucas's like POV. Like
Yeah,
we're looking over Lucas's shoulder and we see like through the shield and we can see her face.
yeah,
That'd be cool.
that would be really cool, man. But I was surprised to get the writing that like the reason why their eyes are covered is so that they don't have to look at her. And like
Well, they said they're blind
all of
too.
the yeah all, well all of them are blind, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I wonder, like, even if you're blind, like, then what's the point of the bandages? Because
Yeah.
it's running into your eyes anyway. And it's like
Yeah.
it's procking the ability regardless of whether you have vision or not, because your eyes are exposed to, the aura or the, whatever emanating from her face or whatever. So you have to have them covered even though you're blind, which
Yeah.
is
Maybe
which
that
is
shit
really interesting.
attacks like your fucking eye sockets or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
I think that the ability just checks to see if there's an eyeball there that
yeah.
that doesn't have anything kind of obfuscating or covering or blocking the eyes in any kind of way, and then that will trigger it regardless of if you're blind or not, which is fucking crazy.
So since she has this like specially made battle squad, I wonder like some people are going to figure out this ability like, hey, don't look at her. And even Lucas is like, I'll handle her and, I'll put pressure on her and keep her, looking in a direction that isn't towards you guys. So you should be fine. Just don't look at her. And I'm going to, I'll make her spin around so that her back is to you guys. But like with this battle squad, like they're all gifted ones too. So I wonder if any of them are going to have some sort of like mirror imaging move where it's like they make copies of this woman so that like her face is everywhere. So it's like no matter where you look, you see her.
Oh my god, that's
So like
fucking
nigga, you
crazy.
actually got to close your eyes because
Yeah,
like even if you turn around, like he could just fucking display like an image of her face behind you or something. It's like
bruh, that would be broken.
yeah,
But I mean, like, it
that
makes sense though, because it's like if they're all kind of formed as this battle squad with this pestilence faced lady accursed woman, at the epicenter of it, and all of the other abilities kind of complement hers, so that they can make sure that her part in the battle is kind of God, what's the word I'm looking for here? Kind of like the focal point of the strategy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like all of their abilities work to make sure that she gets her shit off,
yeah.
and that would be, yeah, that's fucking broken.
They just all here to buff her shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully we see something like that. But Yeah, just wondering what these guys are gonna do because like they still look goofy. Like everybody here, besides like the pestilence face woman, is they look jobbery. Yeah, so it's like I'm
Yeah,
not expecting anything from these guys, but like yeah, I mean, it could be mirrors because we saw the first chick. She like conjured, a force field around Julian. Then the second dude, he like created weapons out of like nothing. And it's like,
right.
okay, so maybe somebody can create images or something. And they all have these like eyes on their chest or whatever. And it's like, is that just part of their fit, or is that giving them vision or whatever? Is that some six sage or six paths type shit?
Yeah, I don't
Like
know.
these names are also just weird. They feel mad, like made up, like
Rulin
rule
and Leets.
leet. Yeah, and I feel like the other, like last chapter, we got like some stupid ass name too for like the chick that Julian busted her head off.
Yeah, throwaway
Um,
names.
yeah,
Throwaway names for throwaway characters.
yeah, it was Biz. Oh, we actually got a Joe in here.
Joe
Yeah, Joe was the dude with the high top fucking hair, but
crying.
Biz was the chick that got her shit splattered.
That's fucking hilarious, bro. They just threw a Joe in there. Like, go fuck yourself.
Biz, Joe, Rule, and Leets. Yeah,
Ruln.
Rule. Yeah, I hate that
Oh,
name.
I hate saying that.
Rule.
Ruln. Fuck.
Leets. Yeah, like the fuck? What are these names, brother?
Bro, this last page, if viewed for 1 to 2 seconds, you cough up blood, get nosebleeds, dizziness, and heart palpitations, and incur a significant decline in physical function. Like, I feel like I'm feeling that.
Yeah.
like after going through this chapter, like, because we looked at it for 1 to 2 seconds, I guess, as the audience too. Like, it's crazy how like just the description of something like that with like the artistic, delivery of how that is affecting the characters that are affected by it can like kind of mirror that or mimic that effect like slightly, at least in my you know kind of perception of it, because I'm like reading this shit, I'm like, I feel like really uncomfortable like thinking about this and looking at this. Like, I feel like I looked at it for 1 to 2 seconds, like my nose ain't bleeding, I'm not coughing up blood, but it did give me like kind of like a goosebumpy, like uneasy, queasy like feeling like thinking about it and looking at it. So that's just cool how comic book art is able to kind of do that sometimes.
Yeah, stuff like this is really rough though, because it's like you put the characters in this situation where it's like if they look at her for 3 seconds, they're gonna get fucking necrosis
Yeah,
and fucking multiple internal ruptures, and it's like
mental
Diane is 6 years
derangement.
old.
Yeah,
We can't let a 6-year-old suffer this because then it's gonna put you in a situation where it's like, all right, how does she survive, bro?
right.
Yeah, so it's like they got to get her the fuck out of here and like I don't know, have the jobbers get dealt with off screen or just off in another area. Like they got to go in the house while Julian fights her out in the field or something.
Lucas has 9 seconds remaining, so that implies that he is going to keep like the seconds are going to keep adding up for him throughout this fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
like imagine
crazy.
he goes to like, cut down one dude and she just kind of is
Pops
like
in like,
her
"What's
whole
up,
thing
nigga?"
is yeah, she's just like weaving in this. She's not even like trying to attack. She's just kind of like dancing,
Like
like
peekaboo and shit. Yeah.
appearing behind the nigga. Like he cut a nigga in half, the torso falls off, and she's just standing there like, boo.
Surprise,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah,
He's like, "Oh, another second. Fuck."
nigga dick fall off in the fucking
No.
battlefield, yeah.
Oh no. I'd be like, "Atoria? Atoria?
Yeah.
Right now,
Please.
right here, right now. I'm not fighting again until you put my dick back."
Nigga butthole fall out, just
Oh my
all
god.
kinds of shit, yeah.
Hold on. Where's my dick at?
Yeah, it's a wild ass fucking battle. It's like I wonder if this shit affects the other chick with the mask that Lalawag is fighting. Like if she like if she were to come here, would
Yeah.
she be like
They said it's
in
indiscriminate.
oh okay.
But she also has like, a facial covering over her
Yeah.
own eyes. So maybe she's blind too.
Yeah. It's interesting. What if the chick that's fighting Lucas is really the like tougher one?
Mm.
And it's like everybody has like blinded themselves so that they can be, fucking able to fight around this fucking pestilence face bitch.
I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause it's like just because she has a part, like a body part, doesn't mean she's, the strongest person. Like
Right.
Diane has a body part in her, so this chick might not be like that tough. I mean, she's tough, obviously, but she might not be like
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
Danica.
that'd be tough.
Yeah, she tough though.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I think I'm squeezed out for this one. You got any more thoughts for Centuria?
I think I'm good, man. Next chapter is about to go crazy if we stay in this POV, which I'm sure we will.
Yeah, where's Yeah, man. Okay, yeah. Imagine Julian pulls up and he just like Julian probably like dies from that shit like 3 times before he just
Yo,
rips her head off.
wait a minute. I feel whoa. Now that you mention it, I feel like Julian with his gift has to eventually run into this character and die at least once.
Yeah, like maybe he pulls up and goes like, "Hey, I'm back. You guys okay?"
Oh God. Oh no, I'm starting to feel the effects of the no.
Yeah. They're like, well, that was easy. We got rid of the bodyguard. Then he just gets back up. He's like, okay,
All right, now I
that's
know what you're
enough of that.
doing. Yeah. Oh my
That
God.
would be that would be cool to have like Julia just kind of like die immediately and they go because like I feel like nobody's really taking lives off this nigga besides
Yeah.
like Arcos.
Shit, one of these guys might have an ability that like kind of like stuns you like in place, like and like you can't make any kind of changes to, your body after the ability goes into effect. Like let's say for example, you accidentally look at her and like before that 1 second is over, before you have a chance to look away, one of these other jobber characters' ability is to literally just like stun lock you in place to like keep you looking at it for 10 seconds to where you can't blink, you can't fucking turn your head, like you're literally just like stuck in place,
Yeah,
like like letting the seconds like rack up.
yeah,
That would be
Shadow Clone Jutsu.
fucked. That would be fucked, dude. Because
Yeah,
I could
part of me
see.
wonders if like that was kind of what Biz's thing was with the force field. It was like she locked you in this like dome, so it's like you can't go anywhere.
Yeah,
But I mean, I guess you could
you
still
can still
close your
close
eyes or
your
turn
eyes.
around.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think someone has to have an ability that literally forces your body to stay in a certain state, like or whatever. As soon as the ability is kind of like cast on you, you're literally just like stuck with your eyes open, can't move or whatever to
yeah,
force you to go through all 10 seconds. I can see Julian pulling up and be like, "Hey guys, y'all good?" And then like like why can't I move? Why can't I blink? Why can't I do anything? And then she just pops up in front of you like, "Hello, motherfucker." Look at me.
I wonder. I can't remember who. Like, if they all like if all of Julian's allies know his ability. Like, does Lucas know that he has 100 lives or
I
whatever?
don't know. You'd think that that would be something where even if you had allies that you probably want to keep to yourself.
Yeah, but I feel like this would be the perfect time for like that to kind of, be revealed. Like if he does pull up and then he died, and then they go, "Fuck, we lost Julian," but then he gets back up,
No,
but then he
because that
starts
happened in
dying
the no,
again.
that happened in the last arc with Altus and Helm and them
Oh
where
yeah,
yeah, they were commenting on like yo, like don't let him die because he's just gonna come back 100%. Like yeah, they were like purposely like not trying to like just have his wounds incapacitate him so that they can focus on, killing the rest of the group while Lucas was like bleeding out. You know what I'm saying? They were like, okay, don't kill him because he's just gonna come back at 100%. So like, let deal this damage to him so that because he was like kind of like his like arm was like falling off. They like sliced him like almost in half.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So like he couldn't like fight properly. Like he was literally just incapacitated, like bleeding out for like I don't know 3 minutes or something like that. They're like, we need to take advantage of this time where Julian can't fight before he dies to kill everybody else. So the enemies know and we're commenting on it. So I want to assume that Lucas and Co know what it is too.
but like he's never been decapitated yet, right?
Lucas,
Oh,
or I mean
or no,
Julian.
Julian. Yeah, I don't think
I
he
don't think
has.
so.
Like I can't remember how his like regeneration works, and I'm just kind of like imagining like an Andy situation where it's like if he does get frozen, can Lucas just like chop that nigga head off and then throw it at her, and then he just sprout arms and legs out of his body or whatever?
From the head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, like just
I
shit
don't think
like
he
that.
has regeneration. I think that he takes crazy damage and eventually dies from it or doesn't. And if he does die from it, then, one soul leaves him and then, he's got 99 left and then he goes back to normal after the death. And that's like his like regeneration, quote unquote, but he has to die first. If you just fuck his body up and like he doesn't die from the damage, he has to heal normally from that or be healed by an ability.
Yeah, but what if
Yeah.
he does that? Like you decapitate him, then like how does that? Like does his head just kind of roll back to his body? Like I don't,
Yeah, good
I probably
question. Is
gotta
it
look
like
back
a
and see.
is it like a Deadpool situation where you cut off the head and then the body kind of like expires and then a new body sprouts from the head?
Yeah, or does it like just kind of put itself back together, kind of like fucking Majin Buu or something? Like
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
happening?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, we'll had to look into that and see if there was anything that implied either or you know, if anybody in the comments wants to let us know, because memory is a bit foggy here,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
know, but yeah, I think that's gonna do it for Centuria for me. You squeezed out.
I'm good too, bro.
All right, that's gonna do it, baby. That was Centuria chapter 95. We almost hit a hundo, a cursed countenance.
Hey.
Now jumping into Dandadan, we got 2 chapters. Well, more like 1.5 because that first one's pretty short. But we're gonna start off with 237 Spinosaurus. How you feeling, man? We got dinos.
Bro, I was literally holding my breath like the whole fucking chapter while I was reading 237 just because like the action and like the sequencing was just so dynamic and like fucking high energy and like high impact. Like I was just like, holy fucking shit, I felt every moment from Momo's perspective. Like I don't know what it is about Yukino. And niggas were saying that Yukino Butatsu doesn't know how to draw fucking dinosaurs. Read this fucking chapter, man. Shut the fuck up, bro. Are you shitting me? Like,
Yeah,
this is real dino art, nigga.
yeah, for real. We got real dino nuggy action right here. Yeah.
Yeah, like, bro, holy fucking shit. But yeah, it does go really fast. But yeah, it was a Spinosaurus. I knew that I
Yeah.
recognized that shit before, but I love how when the chapter starts, you immediately get the splash page on two with the Spinosaurus like just towering over Momo. Then the next page, you get the fucking Velociraptors getting the cage open behind her. So it's like you're literally so trapped. Like it felt so claustrophobic and felt so like stressful that I literally like had I was holding my breath like as I was clicking these pages, bro. Like this shit is fucked up.
Yeah,
She,
and like these bitches are huge. Like on this one page where she's like running towards these like 2 doors before she like makes a right turn. Like when
yeah,
that dinosaur like misses, like its fucking head is taking up the entire hallway. Like what the fuck?
yeah.
How big is this shit? You know,
Right,
like
very big. And then she looks back and sees the claws like coming at her, destroying all of the walls and shit on its way to her. And then I guess it hits her because she goes flying through a fucking glass wall and then lands on the escalator. And it's like,
that I feel like
ouch,
hurt
nigga.
had to hurt. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
like
because
bro.
just falling down the stairs hurts. So
Yeah.
being thrown onto an escalator, that's just probably moving. Like holy
Yeah,
fuck.
like dude, and then she's just like holding on to the banister, like as it fucking comes through the crashes through the wall and comes chasing her down the escalator. Like, bro, no fucking way, dude. Like, I would literally be like stun locked from anxiety and fear. Like, I would have boo booed my pants. Like I'm talking about like this thing is eating me. I could not. I wouldn't be able to move. And then she hits the right, tries to go into this door. The door was fucking locked. She's like, damn it. Tries to turn around and fucking like crashes into the door, destroys it. Then a giant fucking rock beans her in the forehead and knocks her over. I'm like, no, bro. Please, like anyone, someone, and then Okarun comes and saves the day with the giant ogre club, like the size of Dragon Slayer. Now this is
Yeah.
literally fucking Guts's sword. Now is the size of the ogre club, and it's like, oh my god, that's so sick. Just fucking whacks it in the neck, bro.
Yeah, that neck has to be broken. You know, like
Yeah,
it
dude.
looks it looks crooked as fuck. Like he broke that bitch. Yeah,
He got a double page spread for that connection, bro.
yeah, that was hard.
Oh god,
That
that's
was tight.
so sick.
You know that shit like wow or whatever. I would have hit a sound on that motherfucker. Yo, like
Literally.
I feel like the way that's gonna happen is like we'll see like when it's animated or whatever. Like you'll see Momo on the ground or whatever, and then the dinosaur getting close, and then the hand grabbing her hand, and then the screen goes black, and then you'll hear the yeah, and then you
Yeah.
just see the dinosaur getting slashed to shit.
I think it'll be a black screen and then you'll just see like the white light representing the ogre club like moving
Yeah,
through the blackness and then you'll get like an impact frame like with some crazy sound effect before it actually shows zooms out and shows the dinosaur getting whapped in the neck. That would be so sick.
yeah, yeah. And fucking Ira's hair is strong as fuck, so
For
be
some
able to
reason, I
fucking
didn't even think that this was Ira for a second. I thought, like, for some reason they had, like, got the mummy nigga on their team somehow.
what the hell?
I was like, oh shit, the mummy nigga? Oh no, it's Ira. And I was just like, okay,
Yeah,
that
no,
makes sense.
this all dreads. Yeah. Yeah, but very, very quick chapter. So That was legit like 15 pages of like the only dialogue until like the last 2 pages was shit. I'm screwed.
Yeah, literally.
So it was just Bobo like screaming as she's running away from this fucking dinosaur until Okaru pulls up. They go like, "I got you, baby. Takakura's here."
Yeah. Big
Yeah, but
Kenny.
yeah, jumping into 238 though. So like this chapter starts kind of before the events of 237, and then like after the events. I thought this was a good chapter. Yeah, we got the stuff that everybody's been hating on for the the not just the amnesia, but the whole like what is Okaroon doing, with Ira and shit. And so we got Okaroon finally coming out and being like, nah, bruh, can't do it, dog. Like I'm in love with this girl. Um, I feel like maybe it's just me, but like I feel like they've known each other long enough. This nigga can stop saying Miss. Like I love Miss ISA, and he keeps calling her like Miss
I
Shiratori.
know,
Like
like, bro, y'all been through too much for you to be this
yeah,
formal still.
yeah, and even like even Ira is still like she's like, if you're gonna help Momo ISA, then I'm coming too. And it's like, bro, y'all niggas be eating shrimp in bed together, bro. Like y'all chilling. Like you gotta talk like this no more. But
Yeah. I think it's just like, because I feel like you want to have as many things that are unique to your characters as possible. Like,
yeah,
speaking, like character quirks and like, speaking patterns, I feel like are things that don't change very often
yeah,
in these kind of stories, because especially when you have like these big like ensemble casts, like you want to have as many um unique qualities, to your characters as possible to help us like remember
yeah. That's
who
fair.
they are and like exactly, yeah. But I do get it, like, yeah, we do be eating fucking like lobster tails in bed and shit, so like,
Yeah, it's like, no, you don't have to call me Mister
yeah,
anymore,
we've
bro.
almost
Like,
died together like 150 times,
yeah,
so
yeah, we
like
done bumped uglies and everything, dog. Like, like, but no,
yeah,
this is a good chapter. My favorite, this I just tweeted it. This picture where Okaroon says like "I'm sorry," it's like a close up shot. He's got like blood dripping off his shit. It's
yeah,
probably my favorite shot of Okaroon
I
in the
think,
manga. Like
yeah,
this is really cool.
yeah, it's really
He
really really
looks,
well done.
he looks like mad, like different, mature and shit. Like he looks like a different character almost. I just noticed the size of this nigga's fucking ears though. Holy fuck, they're huge. God damn, dog.
He
Nigga
lucky
got
he got
some
all that hair.
domes. Yeah, bro. Nigga got satellite dishes.
Yeah, we'd be cooking this nigga if he didn't have all that hair covering these shits normally.
Yeah, nah, he was getting fried before. He was on his ass, yo, but nah.
And
Good
people, it's
chapter.
like, you get a chapter like this, a few chapters after everyone was saying, like, I'm dropping the manga because he almost kissed fucking Ira. And it's like, bro, like, let people go through, you know, uncertain moments in their life where they might make a bad decision or might have, their outlook might be, fogged or skewed in a way
Yeah,
that like let them,
challenged.
yeah, like let their fucking outlooks and their feelings be challenged sometimes, bro. Like
Yeah.
that's fucking drama 101. Like,
Yeah, you gotta consider, he's like 16 and it's like, do I really wanna like, I got this one girl throwing herself at me and this other one, it makes
this other
sense.
one don't
Like,
even remember me, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, my life is on the line 3 days out of the week. Like, it's a
yeah,
lot going on for these kids, bro. Like, let them find comfort in others around them that are expressing romantic, vibes to them. Like, let them think about that. Like, let them
yeah,
struggle with that. Let them ponder that. And it's not like he's like, fuck Momo, I'm with you now, baby, let's get out of here. Like,
yeah.
like he legit,
Shit's happening fast, like people
yeah.
trauma bond and stuff. Like they've been through so much together.
Exactly, but at the end of the day, he's standing on business. He's like, "No, I'm sorry, bro. Like that's my girl."
Yeah,
Like we
figured it out.
always knew he was going to do. Anyone who read that chapter and was like, "Yukinobu Tatu lost it. He's making Okaroon love Ira. They're gonna end up together." Anyone who jumped to that conclusion or whatever I'm sorry, but like, have we been reading the same manga for 200 and something chapters? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, and
please,
like I mean, it makes total sense that Ira would take a stab at it, like
yeah,
because to her it's like it's hopeless. Like the girl that he likes, like she knew it ain't like she's oblivious. Like when he expresses his feelings for Momo, it's not like she was like I never knew. Like she knew she was just trying her luck because like the opportunity was there, and it's like. We knew
yeah,
that was how she was, but she's not like a terrible person. It's just like she likes the nigga. She loves him.
yeah.
So, Now even deeper bonds. Like telling Okarun that you love him, and Okarun like it's that. I know girls be loving that shit, yo. It's like a big deal when you find out like that your nigga like told another girl how you feel about you or whatever.
Right.
It's like once if Momo and Ira ever like get alone time, she'll probably say like, yeah, that nigga was like on your nuts, bro. Like I even tried him and he's really like down for you, bro. Like you lost your memories and I didn't know if they were ever coming back. And I tried my luck. I tried to kiss this nigga. He punched me in the face and said he's in love with you. So like, don't go fucking this up, dog. Like I see her like giving her all that info or whatever.
Yeah.
And like at the end of the day, like they fight and do catty stuff because they're girls, but like at the end of the day, I think they're tight, Momo and Ira,
Yeah.
because like they all family.
We all fam in the clear.
Yeah, in the clear. But yeah, so Momo is like starting to get some of her powers back or whatever because like she's able to see the long hair and
Silky,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's good.
That's what we were
Good
talking
sign.
about last chapter. You know what I'm saying? Like, is there going to be like, is she going to like naturally redevelop, her spirit energy or remember that she has it? You know what I mean? Or is she eventually going to have access to it again before the memories are properly given back? Or is that going to be something that can only happen once the memories do return? And I think this chapter is kind of answering that.
Yeah, it's kind of like I'm gonna do the thing that you normally do. Like initially, when she got her powers, it was like a nin baptism, Like it just kind of like was forced upon her, and so
Hmm.
now it's like she's kind of awakening her powers like more slowly. Like she's still being forced into life or death situations, but it's not.
It's kind of creeping in. It's like being drip fed.
Yeah, yeah. Versus like her being strapped down and being like alien beamed and shit. Like now
Yeah.
she's just running for her life and her heart's beating super fast and shit. She's still in a life or death situation, but it's like
It didn't
not.
come back. It didn't come back out like that, like it did with the Serpos in chapter one.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like it's
And versus the Serpo, she was also like helpless. Like at
yeah,
least with this, she could run and try. Like she couldn't even try to get away from the Serpos at first.
right.
But yeah, so that's good. She's getting her powers back or whatever. She's starting to see things. I definitely wasn't expecting like just Okarun to pull up at all. Like we were talking about like her blowing the whistle, and I was like, yeah, the fucking alien bodyguard chick's gonna pull up or
Yeah,
something.
where is she anyway? She's late, ain't she?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Maybe she's she got the fucking life alert light thing isn't like on. Like she in a different room or something. Like
Oh no,
uh,
either she don't care and she's like, got her legs up like vaping or something at the crib, like while the thing is dinging.
yeah, it's like the red
Like
light is beeping, bro. That means you
yeah,
gotta go.
yeah. She either in the kitchen like cooking some shit and like ain't worried about the beep, or she's tied up with something of her own right now.
Yeah,
She could be being attacked for some reason or be in combat for one reason or another herself. So
for sure. Probably tied up. I do like that Okarun and Ira had this moment where they both called out the Brachiosaurus stuff. That was fun.
yeah, yeah,
It's
it's
like, what
good.
the fuck? Yeah.
Who the fuck are these
Like,
people? Cowboy hat JoJo character and this fucking like nigga look like Violator from Spawn. Yeah,
they got a rifle, yo. Like, what is this?
like what's going
These are
on?
some dangerous dudes.
Like some fucking Rob Zombie character, fucking House
Yeah,
of a
and
Thousand Corpses type shit.
they're on some necromancy shit. Like they brought back the dinosaurs, gave it skin or whatever, and then like made it move. Yeah, these dudes are.
This nigga is like the Steel Ball Run nigga though. Am I tripping? Like this is that JoJo
Oh
nigga.
yeah,
Yeah,
Gyro. Yeah,
yeah.
Zappelli. Oh wow. Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
This is literally that nigga. I'm crying, but
Yeah, I don't think that nigga was ever shirtless, but I imagine this probably what he would look like. Yeah, his hat was very similar though. He
yeah,
wore the
hat,
fucking
face,
boots.
hair. You see the
Yeah,
motherfucking boots. Yeah,
see the
like
boots. Yeah,
yeah, with the gloves and shit. Like this is that
nigga,
nigga.
nigga pectorals got splits. Yeah, nigga got fucking 12 pack.
Oh God, like bro, this nigga's like 2% body fat. Like,
Yeah,
but
just
yeah, using
buff niggas.
right buff niggas. But using the blockchain virus I created, I summon up the flesh from their memories of their bones. So that's like kind of like we like that's like the technology that like we kind of use to to like to give shape based off of, you know, like the bone data or whatever archaeologists like
Yeah.
find. That's how we like, you know, can throw it in like some program on the computer to make a 3D model like educated guess of what, you know, the fossil probably looked like when it was alive. But it's like an
Hmm.
actual ability of somebody, which is really fucking cool, like in reality, to do what they're doing in a computer program like IRL is fucking dope. I don't know why it's called the blockchain virus, because isn't that like a crypto related, like isn't the blockchain like a crypto terminology? Like
Maybe
isn't that like how you see like all of the crypto transactions, and it's like, you know, permanent and can't be fucked with or whatever because the blockchain. I don't know. My homeboy who's into crypto was kind of explaining it to me back when the shit was really crazy years ago. But
maybe he is doing something kind of like technological or whatever. Like maybe it is like a computer virus or something, and he like fucking downloaded it to like the fair wherever they are. They're at like the where are they? I think they're at an amusement park. Maybe he like installed that shit into something at this like amusement park, and it just like downloaded this virus and made it airborne or some shit. I don't know. It's fucking Dandadan magic. Who knows? But
right,
yeah,
it's cool
I
how
don't know.
both of their abilities have to work together in order to, you know, give us this Jurassic Park story though, because it's like normally like necromancers are just like one guy and they do like everything
Yeah,
themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, but without the clown person, you know, the JoJo nigga could probably still attack you with these dinosaurs. They would just be skeletons because if all he's using is spirit magic to make the dinosaurs move, then that spirit magic like ties itself to like a bodily figure, which would be the skeletons of, you know, the dinosaurs that could probably still move them and attack them, but it's not going to be as big of a deal because they don't have, you know, muscles. You know what I mean? They don't
right.
have like, you know, so like the way that they work together is really cool on the necromancer level, like conceptually. That's fucking
Hmm.
dope. That's a really good idea.
So when you look at these the next page with these dudes or whatever and this like chick, I'm wondering like, you know, there's been some talks for a while, and I've said it too, like Yukinobu with like this whole like same face syndrome, and I'm wondering just like how much of this is actually just these people are just, you know, related,
Yeah,
not just that like they're part of like a crime family or whatever, but like how much is it that these people are all actually just like they look similar because they are related. Like even maybe Momo, like what if, you know, Momo is secretly like some, you know, long removed fucking member of like this family or something, because I feel like she be like these characters, I don't know, like this woman, I feel like she looks like a lot of characters in this manga.
yeah. It's like the hair though. Like the hair like is always kind of used in this like layered like tendril kind of way. You're talking about Shorty in the in like the coat with the cleavage, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
boobers, yeah.
yeah, with the boobers out. Yeah, no, it's like that. I feel like Ira has a similar haircut as her with slight differences. Saint Germain like kind of has like a similar haircut, like where it's just like
Yeah.
these layered, you know, tendrils that are kind of all taking like a similar shape around the face. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and then Saint Germain is like on the way, I guess, at the end, but like that why is that nigga riding a bicycle? Yo,
Right, like
like
you could probably fly, gang.
I'm pretty sure he can. And
Yeah.
like just even if he didn't want to, like I know you got money, dog. Like you
Yeah,
you ain't
hop in
got
the
access to
Benz.
like yeah, like you don't have access to fucking high, you know, luxury
Yeah,
vehicles,
right.
nigga.
Where's the double R at?
Right, you riding a bike? Fuck nigga. Also, just like is this is the kid that the dude that like bullied Okaroon, right?
This
And
ain't even
then
a cool
Okaroon,
bike. This is like the bike that nigga ride in 40-year-old virgin.
bro, this is the ET bike.
Yeah, no, it is. Fuck.
That nigga finna phone home next chapter, yeah.
I'm crying, nigga.
Yeah, but ain't this the kid that Okaroon and
Yes, bro. That's why when I was
they
reading it a little bit like before we started the review, I was like, this nigga.
yeah, like bro, they already folded you. You know what's up. Like
Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like this nigga should like he literally fought Okaroon in like the previous arc. Like bro, you
yeah.
know the nigga don't got powers and
Right.
still you got, you know, smashed up, yo. So like what are you doing, brother?
Yeah, I got to see what his new motivations are.
Yeah, because he was the one with that like spirit of competition type
Yeah, with the
fucking
bouncy
yokai
legs,
thing.
bouncy,
Yeah,
bouncy
yeah,
spring legs. You
yeah. It's like dog. Like I had to go back and look because I feel like the way that concluded, like,
thought he was
uh,
good guy Jones now. Like I get it now. My fault. I was tripping.
or maybe not even good guy, but just like yeah, I lost. It is what it is. Like not like I'm gonna come back and fuck you up later. Like I just never thought that I would see him. Maybe
You
like
thought he
his
was
his
properly folded and lost the will to fight him.
yeah, and it was just like, all right, I'm just gonna let it ride or whatever. But like, maybe this is him going like maybe this is supposed to make us think that he is gonna like try and attack, but he's actually like not. He is gonna be like team gang or whatever.
Team gang.
Yeah, like he pulls up and it's like he tells these fuckos like, don't worry, I'll handle like Takakura, and then they like bounce off, and then he's like, so here's the plan, bro. These niggas want to fucking murder you. Like we got to get you out of here. Like he's actually on the squad.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Otherwise, like I don't know what brother's plan is because like you already got folded by a nerd and a fat boy,
Right. Oh, they still ain't showing Kenta. We're still
bro.
neck and neck with the Ranger and Dandadan for the return of Kenta and D.
Yeah, they wilding, man. It's killing me. Like just Kenta at this point, bro. Kenta don't even exist no more. The nigga done been written out of the manga.
Nah, hell nah. He on his way bike, bruh.
Yeah. Bite. That's how Plies taught you. Yeah, but yeah, fuck these Dragon Knight niggas.
Yeah, fuck him.
Delacroix family or whatever. These niggas are bums.
So the Delacroix family is its own thing that is supposed to matter, and like that is its own. But they operate inside of the Dragon Knights,
Yeah, after
or
all,
are they
we
separate
Dragon
from?
Knights are the
Yeah.
guardians. Yeah, they're the guardians of the Delacroix family, is what it says. So they're the Delacroix family is what Vlad is part of, and these guys, I guess,
Oh, really?
are yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Wait, which
Yeah,
one is Vlad again?
Vlad's the one that Jermaine is feeding storybook monsters to,
Oh,
and
yeah,
so
okay. So
they're
he's
trying
like the
to
Don Dada nigga with Gigi's underwear on, sitting in the chair.
yeah, and
Vlad, okay.
these guys are competing with Saint Germain to see who can glaze them more or whatever. So they wanna be Vlad's like
Right
number
hand when he
one.
finally
Yeah,
reaches like the ascendant Don Dada state.
yeah, and Jermaine is kind of like stepping in the way of that by like showing off or whatever. He's up showing them or whatever.
Okay.
And they're like, no, we gotta get this Okaru nigga before he does. But like, it seems like, um, Saint Germain is like on some like other shit. I don't know. It's hard to say. But,
Okay.
but yeah, Okaru don't even got powers, bruh. This nigga talking about going and submitting and shit. Like I'm just gonna admit my defeat. And it's like, bro, what is that gonna do? What if this nigga does secretly have like another power that like we don't know about? But like, all of them niggas, they're right. Like they can clearly see something that we can't.
Wait, what do you mean?
Because like they want the Pinocchio or whatever from Okaroon,
Yeah.
and like he's like, I don't have powers, and they're like, they don't believe him. They're saying like, give us your spiritual power and shit. And Okaroon's here. Okaroon's like, I'm just gonna go back and submit. When Ira was like, how do you plan on getting them back? And he's like, I'll just give myself up or whatever. I'll submit by accepting my defeat. And
Yeah.
she's like, nigga, that's not gonna do nothing. You don't have powers to give him, whatever.
Like,
But
but
like,
he
what if he
does, and
does?
he just doesn't know. And then when he admits
Yeah.
defeat, they like pull some crazy ability out of him that he didn't know he had.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
would,
Remember we were
I
having
would
a
hate to, I
conversation.
would hate to find out that that's how he has his own personal set of powers outside Turbo Granny, though. Like, I want to see him use them shits like himself. Not, I don't want to be told that through him losing and getting them stolen from him for the first time. Like, that's not when we should learn that, is it? Or
Yeah.
maybe, or maybe
Nah.
it's fine and it can be written like well enough, like when if it does actually happen. But I guess I'm just so used to to characters in these stories being like, oh, he didn't know he had that in him, and like like suddenly the ability will manifest, and they'll be like, holy shit, I was that nigga the whole time. Let's rock and roll, boys. Like and like
Yeah.
maybe that is saying something, that because I'm used to it so much happening one way, that I should be open minded to it happening a different way. But like that just feels so wrong for us to learn that kind of thing by the power being extracted before he has a chance to use it.
feel like there definitely should have been some breadcrumbs, like maybe like Turbo Granny going like, "Huh, can't stay in here too long,"
Yeah,
for
it's not
some
as much
untold
room in here
reason.
as I thought.
Yeah, yeah. So if she would have said some shit like that, then like
Yeah,
I'd understand.
they
But
could
like,
have
there's
done some
nothing.
cool subtextual shit with that using Turbo Granny. Yeah, that would have been dope. But that would have been too
Yeah,
obvious, though. You
yeah.
know,
I mean, they
like
could have.
she'd have to be very sleight of hand dialogue, like very sneaky, like like ambiguous, like there's no way we could have possibly put it together when she said it at the time. But then once we find out, we go back to that line of dialogue and go, oh, that's what she meant. Like that's how you do it.
Yeah,
You don't make it obvious by her jumping in the body and going like, it's another nigga in here already. All right,
yeah.
like yeah, you can't do it
Maybe
like
she
that.
said some shit like he's got like a small soul space or something. Like you got to work on like,
Yeah, that would be
like
a cool way to do it. Yeah, there's a smaller soul space than I thought when I jumped in here. I feel like that wouldn't give it away too much, and that might make us think
yeah.
other things besides, oh, he has another power.
Especially if like they pair that with like you gotta like do thing work on like exercise, like if your lung capacity is low, it's like you should do some breathing exercises. Like if she
Yeah,
says something like you got a small like soul storage area or something, and she hits him with like you need to train and make your soul beefier or something, then it's like, oh
yeah.
okay, yeah, he trained to make his like soul capacity like larger so that she can fit more energy or whatever.
But really,
Then
what
we
it
found
meant,
out,
yeah,
yeah,
is that oh, there was something else in here the whole time that I was sharing this vessel with.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But then you'd have to like keep kind of coming back to Turbo Granny like every now and then so that she can make like sly like subtextual comments on it. Because if it's just one instance of that and then 250 chapters later you like reveal it and go, see, we set it up for you in this chapter,
yeah,
like like then it's gonna feel like something that significant should definitely be commented on in one way or another from Turbo Granny at least a couple more times afterwards.
for sure.
But
But yeah, I think I'm squeezed out on this one. You got any other thoughts for Danadans?
no, I'm good on Dandadan this week.
All right, well, that's going to do it. That was Danadon chapter 237 and 238. I'm flipping to find the chapter title, Okaru's Decision. Now jumping into Shangri-La Frontier, chapter 269. Nice. Sword Wolf against Lightning Flame Beast, part 13. And the battle is just still heating up, man. We start off with this flashback. He's thinking of old Vash and handing him his Shikatsu breaker, this like fucking dagger thing that he stabbed into himself to like nullify the contusion or whatever. And yeah, man, I'm just every chapter like this whole back and forth thing. I'm just continuously blown away. I got hiccups. Blown
Uh
away
oh.
by just the back and forthness of this battle, man. Like
Yeah.
Sunraku does something, and he
Saiger
pulls off a
100
cool move. Yeah,
has an answer for it, and then
yeah,
yeah, and then that Saiger 100 will ask a question, and Senraku will have an answer for it. Yeah.
yeah. It's just it's back and forth, and I really was not expecting it to continue. Like just to skip to basically the end. Like when she was like, I'm gonna hit you with my biggest fucking Omega Spirit Bomb, Super Kamehameha. I was like, okay, so Sunraku is either toast or he's gonna have like a way to like stop this attack from murdering the shit out of him, but then that's gonna be like it. And it's gonna come down to like Magna versus Dante, slugging it out with like the
Oh
last of our
god.
energy type deal.
What? No, just say fucking Yusuke versus Chu, bro. Fuck, dude, get that fucking shit out of
Yeah,
here.
that. But like I thought it was gonna come down to something like that, where it's like we're down. I mean, I wonder, like, can that even happen in a video game? Like, can the characters get fatigued to a level like that, or is it just like health bar?
They run out of mana and like can't use any like spells or abilities and just have to do like straight taijutsu. Like I think that can happen.
But do they ever get like outside of like a debuff? Like, would they ever get like fatigued and sluggish? Like, would they, would it get to a point where
Oh,
it's like,
true.
like it's like you don't even have the energy to like throw a punch, damn near. Like,
Yeah.
is that something we could see in a story like Shangri-La Frontier, where the everything is taking place in a game? It's like, yeah, you can get down to one health, one mana,
Yeah.
whatever. But like, what about? I don't think we've ever seen like a stamina bar, basically.
Yeah, true.
So,
I
but
don't
yeah,
remember
like
that anyway.
that's the kind of thing I was like thinking this was gonna kind of result in, but like instead, Sanraku, he fucking eats it up. He fucking ate a fucking one up mushroom, and he got even bigger off this fucking spirit bomb.
Yeah, I don't
So
know if it was because of how much I had hyped up the writing necessary to get Sunraku out of this situation last week during the review, or I don't know. Like I feel a little bit disappointed in the conflict resolution here that brought Sunraku kind of like back into the fight. Like we knew that he had the Dispater shield, but
yeah,
I guess I had assumed that it wasn't enough to deal with the Violence Thunder after like the crazy channeling time and like having to get the chant off, like like all of that shit. And I'm thinking back to Armageddon and shit like that too. I'm like, okay, this is a really big deal. I don't know if the shield can deal with that after it's been, it's like it's gonna be like a direct hit. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's stuck. He can't move. The spell was perfectly cast. And then she shoots the Violence Thunder at him, and then the Fool Arcanum halved his recast time for Levin Trigger Hazard. And I was like, okay, right at the last moment, Levin Trigger Hazard is available, so he gets moment sight back, which allows him to kind of perceive the chaotic trajectory of the Violence Thunder. And it's like, okay, well that's convenient and good. And then now I just gotta catch it, but his legs are still kind of fucked. So he thinks it's coming at him, now all of a sudden it's behind him. And it's kind of like Luffy's like Snake Man inside of like
yeah,
Gear 4, the way that it kind of like can change trajectory like that, which is cool. So now it's behind him. The minimum of movement's whipped up to extremes. So like he doesn't really move his legs. He kind of just like twists his body to pivot to like put the Dispater shield in front of the Violence Thunder, and then the Exceed Charge Convert is like the perfect fucking ability for what this for what this Violence Thunder needs to run into in order to not just evaporate Sunraku instantly. Like it doesn't just block it, it takes it in, absorbs it, and turns it into stat buffs. Like that's fucking
right.
insanely convenient, bro. I mean, I guess
Yeah,
he did pull it out, in response to Violence Thunder, so he always knew it could do this. But I don't know. I just can't help but feel like a little bit slightly disappointed in how the Violence Thunder was dealt with.
yeah,
It wasn't just like him standing there and then it runs into the shield and everything's fine. So there was more writing dedicated to it than that kind of created, this dread hope back and forth before the connection actually happened. So at least like there's that kind of consideration put into the writing. But yeah, it just felt like too perfect.
yeah. I mean, he is like a luck fighter, so it's like
Yeah,
luck is kind of like his thing. But still,
that's
yeah,
true
it
too.
it definitely feels weird, a
I
little
just
bit.
yeah, I just remember saying last week, like, bro, he's dead to rights. There's nothing he can do. He doesn't have the defense to deal with this if it hits him head on. Some crazy writing has to happen mechanically in order for him to deal with this. And I think I just maybe might have overhyped that a little bit in my mind. And there's actually nothing really wrong with this at all. And I just expected more. I don't know what
Yeah,
that more is, but it
yeah.
just
But
felt
like
like, yeah,
even with all that, like still Saiger has something else. Like
yeah.
like once Raku like ate the blast and got stronger, I was like, okay, so like it's clear that he's gonna win, but she still got like another ace up
She's
the hole.
still good.
Yeah, like there's more, bro. Like what else is she gonna do? Like this fight, it's definitely every. I feel like for the last like four chapters, I was like, oh yeah, it's over with this next one. It has just been happening
Yeah,
like four or five chapters in a row. So it's like, okay, what's she gonna do? I think tomorrow was when the chapter comes out. It's like, is she gonna become, a monster? Like, are we gonna, with the title name, Sword Wolf against Lightning Flame Beast? Is she gonna become, like a
yeah,
fucking a wolf or a flaming beast now? Is that like, is she about to fucking, you know,
yeah.
morph out or something?
I don't
Bloody
even know.
roar.
Bloody roar! Goddamn, take me back. I also am. I'm not the biggest fan of like this moment in the fight where he comes out of the Violence Thunder with all these crazy buffs and goes to attack her, and then they barely have any amount of exchange before he's just like, "Oh, check this out! I'm a grilled salmon," and she like falls for it. Like,
Yeah.
it's like at this point in the fight where things are this high stakes and this high, like the margin of error is like non-existent basically. Like you cannot make a mistake or it's over. And to like inject like a comedic element of like, look at me, haha. She's like, oh, like come on, nigga. And like
Yeah,
that, and
but it's
that's what
like,
allows her to teleport behind her and hit her. Like I'm sorry, if I was in this fight,
yeah,
that would not trick me, my nigga. Like you would change forms and get fucking sliced in half. Like I don't give a fuck how ridiculous you look. That's not gonna stagger me at this point in a fight. You know what I'm saying?
it's like they leave just enough, lead with just enough so that it makes sense. Because like he's doing this so that she can't see where he's planning to teleport.
That's true too. Yeah. But
But like it's still just silly. It feels
yeah,
like
it had to
it feels
bother her
like
for a second. Like it had to like stifle her. Like the
yeah,
aesthetic of the grilled salmon had to stifle her for a second. And it's like now you're open because you're laughing at me,
yeah,
and then because she's distracted by the comedy, like I mean she was never going to be able to see like where he was planning to go by looking at him anyway because of the grilled salmon face for the teleport. So why even why even make it to where she gets stunned for a second laughing at it? Like
yeah,
just put on the grilled salmon suit and then have her go like shit, I don't know where he's looking, and then have him teleport. Like don't make it a funny moment where she's like, "Oh shit, that's funny as hell, nigga. I'm distracted. Like, get the fuck out of here. Get the
yeah.
fuck out
Like
of
it,
here,
it
bro."
still would have worked if like she didn't laugh and he teleported behind her, and even
Yeah,
if she like she noticed, but just like a little too late, and he like scratched her, like he grazed her or whatever, instead
yeah,
of like getting a major blow. But yeah,
yeah, yeah. I don't know, but not the end of the world. Obviously, it's still hype, especially with this last page.
right, and Pentagon, continuously hyping her up. It's just not just she isn't just the master of the sword. She earned the job title before they nerfed it. So like apparently, the class that she has or whatever was stronger, but they nerfed it. So like I wonder does she keep the buffs? Because like normally when stuff like that happens in a game, like you play a class, they nerf your class, you get nerfed with it. You don't like keep the things from before your class got nerfed, you know, it's not
Yeah,
like, oh yeah, you're good, you already got it. Um, I mean, unless it was something where it's like sometimes in like WoW, like there will be like a raid or whatever, and it's like guilds will be struggling with a certain raid or whatever, a certain raid boss. But then like a buff will come out to a certain class, and it's like, oh yeah, now that nigga that plays this class is doing like 80 bajillion DPS, and then
yeah,
like suddenly that guild is able to beat this boss, and then like they nerf that class or whatever, and it's like you still beat the boss, but like you know
yeah,
but now your class isn't that overpowered again, so you gotta like figure it out. Hopefully the loot that you got from that boss will give you the edge that you need or whatever. Or just like next week when people just naturally like get stronger over time throughout like the content or whatever. Maybe that's the type of thing that's going on. But just it's just weird that like they're making a point that she got the job before it was nerfed. It's just like, okay, so she should be nerfed, right? Like
yeah. I guess.
uh, unless it was a thing, I can see actually maybe it was a thing where she got like maybe Master of the Sword before it got nerfed. Say it had like 8 abilities, but they took away like 3. But like people who already had it didn't lose their abilities. So maybe she has like discontinued Master of the Sword abilities or something. Like I could see that being a thing.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah, but I don't know. I ain't really got too much else to say about this. A lot of cool shots in this one. I feel like Shangri-La Frontier always has really cool, shots, especially as Sunraku. But
Yeah, I love this
they,
drawing of him on page. What page is this? 2.
yeah, it's a really good shot. I just feel like they give us they give us some of the coolest like shots ever for the main character, but they always have some like fuckery on the page that makes it like damn near impossible to like cut it out for a thumbnail.
Right, but this one's Gucci.
This one's fine. This is
Yeah,
like the first one in like 50 chapters where it was like, oh yeah, Sanraku is covered by text and speed lines and
yeah,
fucking,
and screen
all
tones and
kinds of
shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's just not a nightmare to cut this and edit this one, but yeah, I think I'm squeezed out on Shangri-La. How you feeling?
I'm good too.
All right, that's gonna do it. Shangri-La Frontier, chapter 269. Nice. So Wolf against Lightning Flame Beast, part 13. Now jumping into Ranger Reject chapter 217 and 218. We're gonna start off with 217 and kind of slide our way into that next one. But this one is two minds, one body. And yeah, it just picks up directly where, last chapter ends with Tokita, saving Hibiki from the fucking interrogation chair or whatever. Like he was pinned down, and
Hmm.
well, he wasn't pinned down. He was standing up, but they had like shit on him. And he was like, fucking make the right decision, or we cut your throat, and we go beat your sister to death or
Oh,
whatever. And so Kita pulled up and saved the day, and they're bouncing. And I just this whole chapter, man. Like as I'm flipping through it, like as I was reading it, like with Tokita, with one of the dudes, like they're here, and Tokita kicks him. He's like, "Fuck out of here, whip!" I was
yeah.
like, nothing can make me hate this dude.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah,
best.
yeah. Tokita, he's come a long way, man. Like his character, like he starts off as kind of a dick and like a jerk or whatever, and when you first meet him as D dressed up, as Hibiki, and it's like he's kind of coming off as like an asshole, but it's you learn later it's like these two got mad history, and it's just every time Tokita recently like has been shown, it's like there's always some sort of mention of like Cicera or whatever, so it's like clear that like the events that took place in the old like group home or whatever like
Hmm.
really impacted his life or whatever. Like he felt bad about how he treated the Sakurama siblings, and he also like he didn't say it, but he deep down also wanted to like make the city safe for people like Cicera. So it's like him and Hibiki kind of had the same mission, but like he went about it a different way. He went about it kind of on a more like tough guy kind of vibe, but he also wanted to be appealing. Like even the original like Red was like, nah, I can't have that guy be like my JFC. He's scary. Like people have
Right.
always been calling him scary, and he thought that like painting his face would make him more appealing to children, so people wouldn't be afraid of him. And so it's like I love watching his character like grow and seeing like where he came from and how he got here. But man,
Hell yeah.
if this is where it ends for Buddy, that's crazy.
No, bro. There's no way.
Yeah, yeah. How'd you feel reading this one, man?
Fuck, dude. I was like, huh? No. No. Like I literally was because I thought for a second that there was like a bait and switch with the Shiratani and the other, or the Shinya and the other one. Because they kind of run away from evil Shinya and then run into good Shinya. And
Yeah.
so at first I was like, oh man, he fucking changed clothes somehow at the speed of light and fucking came out the door that he knew they would run past, like, oh yo, I'm good guy Jones. And that's what it was. But I guess it's different than that. And like, or is it? Because like, okay, so did the evil one die and the evil one's like heart or consciousness or um spirit just like refill in the body of the good one, or
Think
or
so.
are there
It's
still two of them?
I think there is still two. There's this one who was in the fucking sweater, and then there was the one that was sitting in the chair. But the one that was in the chair is the one that's the most mysterious, because like even last chapter he was kind of on some like don't worry about how I'm here type shit.
Yeah, so
So it's
maybe
like
that one
he's
was cloned from the one that died, and because the original evil one died, the good one is now kind of like reabsorbing like his spirit, because
yeah,
it's still like he still died, so his consciousness slash spirit slash essence or whatever still has to go back into the currently living good one,
yeah.
because that it already did its checks in that way. But
It
then
reminds
also on
me.
top of that, they've cloned the evil one before it died, and so we have two evil Shinyas basically.
Yeah, basically, I think the original like evil Shinya, I think he probably just made a third like another clone, basically to say like be an onlooker and watch and make sure like things go well, and if they don't, you can take over, yada yada, blah blah blah. But like the deal with like the good Shinya then becoming the bad Shinya, because like the bad Shinya died, and like I said, his essence or whatever, it reminded me a lot of like the whole thing with Maki and Mai from
Yes, it does.
JJK.
I was gonna
Yeah, it's
say
like
that. Yeah,
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 it's like that shit has to go somewhere. Like it couldn't just like not exist because they were twins, or in this case, clones. So it's like that soul that got split up, like when it died, it like had to go, back.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So so this is really interesting stuff. But it's like this third Shinya, it's almost like he's just like a narrator. It's like we're speaking to the narrator, and he's just kind of like decided to show himself, but now he goes back into the background or whatever. So it's like I don't know if they even realize, like, I guess so. I was gonna say I don't know if they realize that there's another Shinya, but even just I don't know. This situation is crazy because like
It
Shinya
really
already was
is.
just he was just like, yada yada, I'm back, don't worry about it. But then the good Shinya just he fucking Dr. Jekyll's and fucking becomes the bad
Becomes
Shinya.
Mr. Hyde suddenly, and it's like,
Yeah, yeah,
no, man, like to go from one evil Shinya dying and now there's just two of them is fucking
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Two evil Shinyas is. Whew. I just what can they do like with no like dragon tools though? It's like
Yeah,
I wonder like how dangerous can they really be? I mean, they're clearly dangerous. Like they're fucking maniacs, psychopaths. But like without the dragon tools, like how much damage can he really do?
true.
But yeah, I don't know. This first chapter though, it was really fucking good. Just I definitely did not see Tokita getting stabbed at all. Like I was just like, oh yeah,
No,
they're doing the thing, just giving us more, of Tokita's, past and stuff, and showing the bond that he has with um with Hibiki, and further pushing that plot point that he cares about Cicera and he's been there to see her, and he's like, you gotta keep making that pathetic face and she's gonna laugh at you again or whatever. It's like he's always reminding Hibiki that his sister exists, because it's like Hibiki's just been so busy, he hasn't had time, not only busy, but he just feels like he can't face his sister yet until like the job's done. And
hmm
Tokita is always there to like remind him, like, yo, you got family, like you got someone important or whatever. um but yeah, it's like, you do all that and then have Buddy get stabbed in the chest. It's like, fuck, dog.
yeah, like bro, you did him so bogus.
Yeah, it's like I really don't know if he's gonna like survive or not,
It
bro.
doesn't
Like,
seem like it looks like he got stabbed like in the heart.
yeah, like this is definitely in the heart. Like, I don't. Shinya Kiritani is not the type to like fake a death. He's not gonna miss the vital point. This
Right,
motherfucker, he knows how to kill. He killed all the priestesses like at
literally.
like age 6. Like this nigga knows how to kill people, bro.
Right.
So yeah, Tokita's
And he got a
definitely out of there.
perfect like sneak attack shot to a vital, or like all of his defense and his guard was down.
Yeah,
He's not gonna miss a
just
mortal wound there.
yeah. Yeah, nah. When he was like, "This town, you and I, we're gonna protect your sister," and then I saw the fucking wristwatch hit the ground. I was like, "Huh?
Yeah.
What happened?" And then just boom, stabbed. Like, fuck, man. So
Yeah.
Keita was just like, he was like, "We should have fucking whacked this nigga, yo." It's like, damn, bro. Really should have whacked him, bro.
Yeah.
That face, like that grin he's got after he does it. Why, Kiritani? He's just smiling like, damn, man. It's like
Yeah.
this nigga, man. He going in the books, bro. Hall of Famer. This nigga's villainy is just top tier,
Yeah.
next level.
It's one of the better ones.
Yeah, and then like this fucking guess who's back, back for another round. Like this nigga just don't go. Like he's like Peltrola. Peltrola got all these clones. This nigga's just cloned up. You never know. Like this nigga,
It's
it's a
crazy.
lot with Shinya Kiritani. Yeah,
Yeah, Kirita, or I mean, Tokita might be out of here, man.
yeah. I think Buddy's toast, man.
Unless he gets swooped up right now and sent to some crazy infirmary. I don't even know if that's enough, bro. You get stabbed in the heart, you're bleeding out. There's a big ass puddle of blood around this nigga's body. Like, it might be.
Is it?
It might. I think so.
Uh,
On page 15, where he's like, "Shun, no,
yeah,
you gotta hold on." Like you can see that blood pooling, my nigga.
yeah. He's probably done. And it's like, I
Bleeding,
mean,
bleeding out
we've
the mouth, crazy.
yeah, for sure. We've seen characters die, so this ain't the type of story to like shy away from killing characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, Buddy's most likely out of there. But
He's not even
Hibiki,
saying words. Like he's not even like, you got it
yeah,
from
yeah,
here. You got it from
yeah,
here, Sakurama. Like he's not even saying shit. Like this nigga's just dead.
bro.
The last thing he says was ah.
Yeah, that was right before he started spitting up blood. Yeah,
Yeah, he's done like dinner.
yeah. Hmm. Yeah, man, this Shinya situation is just crazy. And then Hibiki, activates. He pulls that sword out. He cutting niggas down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rage moment.
So so he's finally hit his breaking point where he's like snapping. He's cutting these niggas down, and he's talking about like, as long as you got bodies, I'm here. Yo. It's on that like fucking Yuji
Yuji
shit.
and
Like,
Mahito,
yeah,
yeah.
like if you keep coming back, nigga, I'm just gonna keep destroying you or whatever.
Yeah,
So I wonder,
damn.
like, if that's what he's saying, or if he's saying, like, after I kill this body, I'm gonna, because that other body at the building they were just at, is it like I'm gonna go destroy that one too? Like,
It's crazy how in the last 2 weeks we've gotten 2 chapters inside of just the manga that we review that have given us a similar feeling to that scene with Yuji and Mahito and Shibuya incident, like the I'm you scene. We kind
yeah,
of got that in Centuria last week
yeah,
with Julian and that one fucking Vermeer zealot. And then now we're kind of getting a similar vibe in this Ranger chapter.
except in Ranger, the nigga that's being told that is not like
Yeah.
afraid. Like
Yeah.
Shinya still don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
This nigga is the ultimate slime.
Literally.
Yeah, so yeah. So I guess, no need to say it. Can't wait to see what's gonna happen next week, because we can just jump straight into that with chapter 218, final round. How you feeling, man?
Bruh. Bruh. This chapter, bro. Not only was it just crazy on like a moment to moment like action level, because it's like, man, he slices through the Kurikos, catches up to Shinya, tries to get him, and he's like, bro, killing me, like, it's not just gonna be me you killing, you're gonna kill other Shinya too. And he still tries to like cleave him in half. It's like this nigga Shinya's like, oh shit. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
this dude's ready to, he's taking a more utilitarian like stance on this. He knows that there's gonna have to be sacrifices made if he wants to get me out of here. Like, I underestimated you. I thought you were this altruistic, like, platitude spewing hero bum that I could manipulate, and control by, playing on the heartstrings of like, you don't want to kill your homeboy, do you? Oh shit! And then he just gets sliced on anyway. Like, oh, okay, I underestimated you. So he kind of like falls in. So like, is this what I'm seeing here? Is this correct? Like, after he says I underestimated you, he's wearing like, the Carlton outfit. But then, some time passes where he's kind of like walking through the wreckage and going through the Kurikos. And this nigga is pretending to be like a folded Kuriko on the ground, and then he takes off the veil and he's got a suit on now suddenly. So this is him just like running up on a body amidst the chaos and the dust and the explosions and just throwing on their outfit and playing dead? Or is this the other Shinya from a couple scenes ago that was in the chair looking like a mob boss talking to Hibiki when he was in the interrogation chair?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too, because it's like his clothes, like even if he took off the Carlton sweater, it's like the fucking shirt that he's wearing under it is like black, but
Yeah.
like when he throws the Kuroko mask off, he's wearing like a jacket with like a white shirt under. So
Yeah.
it's like I was thinking that this was definitely a different one.
Yeah, but then you have like, time kind of like passing a little bit because he says I underestimated you. Then there's a huge explosion on this vertical panel on the last panel on that page. And then you get a panel of, Sakurama's foot like walking up on wreckage, and you can see that he's like, time is passing. How much time has passed? Enough for him to take off all of his clothes amidst the chaos and the dust and the explosions, find a random Kuriko body, take off all of his clothes, put on all of their clothes. Like, did he have enough time to do all of that? Maybe, but it's hard to tell.
Yeah,
It's hard to tell with manga because of the way that time is kind of portrayed, and how
yeah,
time is used
and,
in this medium. Yeah,
and like based on whichever one is true, it's like this could either be Hibiki could have murdered this like sweater wearing Shinya, and this the one that took off the Kuroko mask could have been the one that was in the chair before, and then that means okay, there's just one Shinya left
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that we know of, and if that isn't the case, and he did like really change clothes, it's like okay, so this Shinya that took off the mask, he actually just stole a Kuroko's clothes, and the fucking chair Shinya is still around, so it's like this is either there's either two Shinyas or one. Now I don't know. It's
yeah.
like if he swap clothes and it's like, okay, the other one's still chilling, but if not, then it's like this is a different Shinya or whatever. It's hard to say, but it's like with the explosion, it's like he could have definitely like brought the hammer down and murdered him. with
God
this like
damn.
big explosion panel, and then he's just walking through the wreckage, and maybe like the the other Shinya was among the Kuruka, like he was just here, but just wearing the mask or whatever. Yeah, it's hard to
I don't
fucking
know.
say,
Yeah.
but yeah. Shinya's still, keeping on, holding on to that fucking idea of reviving the Grand Dragon Keepers or whatever. So it's like that shit's done, buddy.
Yeah.
But I love that he's just like the show. The importance of the show never like goes away. Like he's
Yeah.
talking about keeping him as a sandbag and setting up things, and he's talking about the plot's boring and all this stuff. Like he never
He never
he never
loses.
gives up.
Yeah, that motif is consistent throughout
Yeah,
his character. Whenever his character is on screen, this the theatrics of this show and the plot and how it unfolds and the characters and their roles in the greater plot and whatnot is always going to be a part of his dialogue because that's just how he
yeah.
sees. That's his outlook. That's how he sees the world. So that should remain consistent.
Yeah, the show will always go on as long as he breathes.
Hmm.
But yeah, so this motherfucker cut the bike in half.
Yeah, no, he really did. He's still on his heels.
Yeah, like nigga, this nigga was riding a motorcycle like 90 miles an hour and he caught him and cut the bike. Like nigga.
Yeah, when I saw those feet, I was like, nigga.
Yeah, like even Shinya did, like you can see like his face, his eyes, it's like dog, not good.
He was like, "Are you serious, bro?"
Yeah. And then yeah, so on the page with the bike, you can see Tokita. Yeah, he's definitely laying in a pool of his own blood. That shit is
Yeah,
like a turtle shell on this nigga. So he's
yeah.
he's out of there.
He's done like dinner.
You only get one life. You do not have the right to take anyone else's. And then there's Tsukuba.
Yeah, and I'm like, what? How did he know that it was D?
I think just the way he acts or whatever.
He
And
didn't
then
even do shit. He stood there.
yeah,
He stood
I
there and
don't
threw a
know.
punch.
He did throw a punch. I think maybe that's what it was. Like I don't know. Like there wasn't any moment where like they punched each other in the shoulder as like some brotherly thing before. So it's like
Yeah.
it's hard to say, but I feel like this is definitely like some enhanced like punch because I saw people were like trying to say like Sakurama got blasted away by like D or whatever, and it was like comical. But I think D is clearly, as you can see, more powerful now. I think he is leveled up, and he's probably reached a point now where he doesn't like break when like hit, and he can probably put a lot more power behind his blows.
Well, he
So I
doesn't have
think,
to. He doesn't have to worry about it too much because there's no dragon tools.
yeah, that too.
So he's
Because
a
I
little
don't,
bit.
yeah, because
He's
these
more
things can't do
fearless
shit.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So D has reached his ultimate form.
Crazy. And he came back before Kenta. Ah.
He did in fact come back before Kenta. Yeah, so D wins. But yeah, hey there, Sakurama. Should have mentioned you got a haircut. Yeah. This page turn with the nigga just with the horns and the fucking scarf cloak shit, the fucking bro, everything just
Oh, I know this shit
kind of
had you
like
sick.
bro screaming. I was at a birthday party.
Ah.
My mother-in-law's 60th birthday surprise birthday party, and I was reading this shit. I was like, no way, dog. What the fuck? I was like, bro, I was losing it. And then just this chapter was just too hard.
Yeah,
It's too
just
tight.
like this was a crazy return for D. His new design is insane. What other kind of like new, like I don't want to say abilities, but like he seems to be doing new shit.
Yeah. Yeah, like opening up like this portal thing. I don't know, like, cause when the general knights were facing off against like, like a couple chapters ago before this whole squabble started, before he got like captured, they appeared through like these portals like this too, but it's like whose ability is this? Is this I want to say it's D. I want to say D is the one doing this like portaling. But
Right, but this has to come from something else too, because he couldn't have just like naturally developed this ability. That's like so far outside of like his kit that we are familiar with so far. Like we know the ins and outs of how the invaders like came to be through Shinya's experimentation. And like and foot soldiers can't just do this.
we don't know what
So
that leg does though.
true.
I think the leg has finally like he's like fully adapted to it, and like whatever he was supposed to get from that, it like I'm feeling like he's got like an upgrade.
Yeah.
But like, there's probably more to it because like we know that the fortress, flew away or whatever. Like the chains were broke, the fortress flew away, and D's possibly been going for like a year, probably just up in space or something, or just whatever, taking the fortress somewhere where people don't notice. And there was all the other foot soldiers there, and then they had like that foot soldier like core there, and it's like
Yeah.
that plus the leg. Like did the nigga eat the core? Like what happened? I feel like he evolved. Like you give Pikachu the fucking Thunderstone and he becomes a Raichu. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting. Like he's just like he's not the same guy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like it would, D doing something like this, like because he's a kid at the same time, so it's like you want to look cool. So it's
Yeah.
like is he just shaping his head and like changing his body to form a fucking cloak or whatever? Because he's got a fucking cape now, but it's like nah, I feel like this is some sort of evolution, and he's like closer to an executive now.
That's what we were talking about like last review, I want to say too. Like does it get to a point to where he's like executive D now?
Yeah,
Can't remember the exact conversation around it. We'd have to go back and double check that shit again, but
yeah. And I mean, he pulls the gang out, like they all appear, and he's like, "I'm Giga Invader D now." And at the end, Sakurama's like,
Giga.
"Yeah." He's like, "I won't lose. I'll defeat you." Invader D is like, "Don't forget the Giga. Like, don't forget the baby, nigga."
Yeah, don't forget the Giga, my nigga.
Yeah, nah, this shit was major, man. I was not expecting this. Like, D looks too cool.
I know, seriously.
This is fire.
He really looks like a final form type shit. Like I knew he had to get a new look before the end of the series too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like this fits because it's like he even says, "What is he? He's like, It's not like I need to disguise myself anymore. I won. I beat the Rangers." And he's like, where does he say it? He's like talking about like all the fear and shit that he had to like go through, like everything that he's endured to get to this point. Yeah, the D you knew is gone. I'm not your average invader anymore. Fear and despair have elevated me to something greater. Yeah, this is a new nigga, yeah.
Yeah.
Like he went through a lot. He came out on the other end just way more powerful. He's got like these real ass niggas behind him. The funniest shit though is like Soma. This nigga is actually like a 28-year-old man with a job, and he's just hanging out with these kids. Like, bro, like you gotta clock in tomorrow, dog.
Yeah.
Like
Nanami type beat.
Yeah, this shit's hella funny, yo. But I can't wait to see what happens next and like what else can D do. Because like I said, I feel like this is more than just a regular punch. Because I feel like back in the day, like even D, I feel like if D would have punched somebody, his arm would break. The way he like hit, Hibiki here. So it's like it's not that. Yeah, he doesn't have the fear of dying anymore because the dragon tools are gone. But like this is a blow that I don't think D would normally be able to take. And like Shinya is still here talking, and he just like turns around, baps him like, "Shut up, nigga." The adults are talking. Like he don't even like. He just completely disregards Shinya. It's like D has reached a new level. Like I can't wait to see more, bro. And it's like with this, D is definitely taken more of like a kind of villain role with this. It's like he always was a villain. We've been following the villain, and I always talk about how like the way Negi tells the story is like anyone can be the main character, but with the chapter ending like this is like next week. When the next chapter comes out, I think there is another chapter out actually. I think this is 218. I think 219 is technically out in Japan. It just hasn't been translated yet. And then we had a break last week. So we're behind the chapter, I think, and then there was a break last week, and then tomorrow I want to say 220 should be out in Japan, but we basically have to wait for another double hitter. But it's just like when you end a chapter like this, do we go to D's point of view, or do we just continue telling the story from
I don't know, man. Fuck.
Yes, I feel like we tell the rest of this story from Hibiki's point of view until like the final battle, and then we get like D's inner monologues and stuff where we learn what D was like thinking and stuff, and maybe even see like kind of like a collage or whatever of like all the things that D was doing like during this time that we didn't see him, like when Hibiki was doing this, I was doing that or whatever. Like we can see what he was doing in the between times.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
love to get
but
that.
yeah, but yeah, we gotta know what this nigga can do with this leg. Gotta know what other powers he got. Where's the fortress? Where's the other invaders? Like, was this nigga making more? Like, it's like it. I still feel like he's just playing it up. Like, I feel like this is all. Um, like, yes, he's the bad guy. Yes, he's like telling Hibiki he hates him, but I feel like this is all so that the people that he actually does care about can get a good ending. So
Yeah,
he's playing it up and setting it up in a way so that when he go, basically doing the same thing Chidori did, where Chidori went out the bad guy to make everybody else look good. I think he's doing the same thing where it's like I'm gonna do these terrible things and be the greatest evil that the world has ever knew, and Hibiki and Hisui are gonna take me down, and they're gonna go down as heroes or whatever. Like
yeah.
everyone's gonna love them instead of the ending that we got with the Super Sunday battle. But where Peltrola and the two Shinyas fit into that is like where a big question. And these fucking pillars. So yeah, we
Yeah.
got one tower left. Hmm.
I wonder what happens when that shit gets erected.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough, man. Dragon veins, they got like ley lines and shit, and fucking replica like dragon tools. Like we still never saw the hammer, which we're saying D probably
He
has.
got that hammer, cuz.
Yeah, like hmm. Yeah, man. Like what? I don't even know, man. Like this is just tight. Somebody was saying that this scene where D, pulls out the other guys is it's also like reminder of like when Hibiki first introduced the General Knights, like D and Hisui were like fighting against the old man who had the like chop, and they were like fighting like Noah, and then the General Knights appeared and they set the body on fire, and then it was just like the big explosion and they were walking from the fire. And this is like the same thing because D witnessed that happen, and now D pulls up explosions and summoning my gang or whatever right in front of the flames. So it's like a similar, like I did what you did but better type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's still juice in that tank, man.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, fucking Negi Harba, he writing his ass off.
Dude, I just I don't understand like how niggas can just do this shit, bro. Like people can just like someone is just sitting down and coming up with this shit, bro.
Yeah, and
There's so
like
much to it. Like how much of this was known before he started writing? How much of it is like just came up with as you go along? I don't know what's more impressive.
Yeah. It's like when he first, had the idea to write Ranger Reject, did he always know he was going to have like the main character take on this form while looking at like his, for lack of a better word, his childhood friend who, turned rival? Like, was this always the plan?
Yeah, because it just feels like
Like,
everything is so thoroughly like connected. Like everything, like like there's nothing feels like contrived or like convoluted. Like everything feels like it was just always supposed to develop this way.
yeah,
And every like you can go back through it, and I feel like there's just no stone left unturned, and everything is considered, and everything connects in such a significant way that shows like real like foreshadowing and forethought and and like yeah there are a lot of like kind of like rug pulley kind of like twists, but they all make sense in retrospect at the end of the day. So it's like how much of this was known beforehand and how much of it was just come up with like on the fly, like from moment to moment as you're already got a crazy manga creation schedule, on the art side of things that you're trying to. It's just so much. It's just, and I know that there's an assistant team and things like that, but still like
yeah. The creative, the mind is still his. Like,
yeah. And it's like I don't know how they do it, man.
yeah, this nigga wrote a harem manga before this.
Right.
like,
Like a
like,
harem
how do you go
rom-com.
from that to this, bro? Yeah, rom com, and like just being a manga has got to be tough, just work. Cause like, how do you, like I imagine these niggas don't even get to read other, manga for real. It's like, cause when do you have the time? Like, imagine you're someone like, imagine you're someone like Negi Haraba, and it's like you're also like a Kagurabachi and an Ichi the Witch fan. It's like, when do you have the time to like read, it's like these guys could only like one manga. It's like
Right.
there's no way they read manga the same way that we do because they have to work on the manga. And it's like if you do read it, it's like those ideas start like flooding your own shit. It's like you don't want to, taint your creative process with ideas from other things. People are always saying like, "Oh, this manga stole this from another manga or whatever," and it's like, nigga, when do you think that person would have the time? Like they're writing like all day every day to meet deadlines. So it's like, when would they even have the time? And like, just I don't know. It's such a job that you give so much of yourself to it that you can't. I can't imagine these guys like enjoying other things. Like they when they're off, they probably just like spend time with their family and watch a movie and that's it. Like they go to the grocery store and that's like the highlight of their day. Then they come back and write their story that they are so like wrapped up in that they it's like I can't imagine them knowing too many other manga
Right.
unless it's like an assistant or like a best friend. Like, oh yeah, the guy that used to work for me has his own series. Go check it out. And it's like, they barely have time to read like their old buddies manga. But I can't imagine someone like Negi Haraba being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna read everything in Weekly Shonen Jump every week or whatever. It's like nah, something. They be having like one or two manga that they got time to read.
Yeah.
It's
I don't get
like
it. I'll never get it.
yeah, so it's just this is just all off the dome, yeah. And he's just been sitting on this. Like, imagine if this shit would have got axed, like niggas dropped it, around Balong. Like, imagine it did get canceled and like
We would have
Balong.
never seen any of this shit.
Yeah, so much would have just never happened. But we here, baby, and we got Peak. D's got a fucking cloak.
Yeah,
So we get
that's
the
wild.
coolest.
Cloak and horns, bro. And that foot look a little different too. It's got like hooves, like toes on it
Yeah,
now. Where
yeah,
it used to just be like a
uh,
you
like a
know,
spike.
yeah, like a spike, and now it's kind of hoofy. What he doing with that
Yeah,
shit, man?
yeah. We gonna have to wait till Negi tell us, but. Yeah, I can't wait. We still don't know. Like that's like we got D back, but we still don't know what the leg doing. We've known that this like leg was gonna be a thing for almost 100 chapters now.
Yeah,
Like that chapter
that
where
shit's crazy that the
Mikushi.
5-way battle was like 100 chapters ago.
Yeah, that was yeah. Actually, yeah, it was over 100 three-way battle. I think
3-way
it
battle
started. I think that shit
because
started at
it went
like
into chapter
89 or something.
100. Yeah,
Yeah, because 100 was the chapter with like 10 double spreads or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, so we were, about 90 or whatever is when that shit started. So yeah, this is just crazy. Yeah, three-way battle begins on 93.
Wow,
So we're
wowzers!
over 100 chapters from there.
So much has happened since then.
Yeah, it's like I almost like don't want like I haven't I posted the pictures of D, but I like spoiler tagged them on Twitter so people wouldn't see, and I like typed in Ranger 218, but it's like all right, podcast episodes out, and like there's enough time has passed. I'm about to post pictures, nigga.
Yeah, it's time.
Yeah, but banger after banger. I think I'm squeezed out for this one. You got anything else for Ranger?
I think I'm squeezy.
That's gonna do it, baby. Ranger Reject Chapter 217 and 218, final round. Now jumping into Ichi the Witch, 87th Hunt, Exchange of Blows. And just reading the chapter like number, it reminds me just the fact that there's a lot of manga I feel like we are covering that is like about to hit like a big, well, maybe
Milestone
not.
chapter count.
Yeah, like Centuria is at 95, and this is at
87.
87. I felt like something else was getting close too, but I guess not. I'm looking now, and yeah, I guess that's the only thing. Um,
Gotchi is close to 200, isn't it?
Gachi next chapter will be 169.
Oh, okay.
Shangri-La Frontiers next chapter will be 270. So yeah, some stuff is getting close. So we should be getting some milestones soon. But yeah, definitely can't wait to see how Usazaki and Nishi do, because chapter 100 is gonna be a cool like color page.
Yeah, it's gonna be a busser.
Might fuck around and do multiple, because like Ichi the Witch got like there was one week where it got like 5 color pages or some shit in one like chapter or
Yeah,
some crazy thing. So it's like for the 100 chapters we'll probably get something crazy like that. But back on topic, yeah, we're back in there with Ichi. Death for Death is getting triggered, and he's like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, if you do that shit, like, you should know that I snap, like, I
yeah,
murder niggas.
yeah. And this dialogue from Fujimine is just like so like it's just nonsense to me. She's like, you just stabbed a human, not a magic, not a wild animal or livestock, another being like you. Humans are technically, and he's like, humans are technically animals too. He's like, but is it really that simple to you? They directed their bloodlust at you. That's it. If that's all it takes for you to strike down a human like any other animal, there's something very, very wrong with you. It's like, bitch, one, I don't want to hear this from you.
Yeah,
The fuck?
yeah. You
Two,
are a murderer.
they're literally aiming their bloodlust at me. They want to kill me.
Yeah,
So if I kill them first, like that's on them, nigga. What
yeah,
I'm supposed to just let niggas want to kill me all the time? That's what you're
yeah. Because
saying?
like
Or else I'm not
because he
really
definitely
human?
doesn't.
Get the fuck
Yeah,
out of here.
he does not walk around looking for smoke. So like the only
Yeah.
time he activates is when someone clearly is like thinking about it, planning to kill him. So it's like,
Right.
yeah,
So
of
of course I'm
course.
stabbing you in the fucking neck when I feel that shit, my nigga.
Yeah, it's like just because you didn't kill me doesn't mean she's trying to play on some shit like, but I didn't attack you, did I? But like, bitch, I know you. Like, I'm not gonna wait for it to happen. Like, I'm just gonna murder you first. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's I guess she's trying to play on his like humanity and make him think like, oh, am I really a monster or something? And I think there was some theories where people were thinking that maybe Ichi might be magic or part magic or something, and I think she's maybe
Oh,
trying to
kind
like,
of alluding to that in this. Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
I think some readers are probably looking into that too, like maybe Ichi isn't human, but I don't know. I think he's probably all human. He's
Yeah.
just he's just locked in for real. He's just super hunter extraordinaire, yo.
Right.
But yeah, she like headbutt this nigga. I'm like, bro, like
Yeah, like what the
you
fuck?
getting mad close. I definitely don't think like I remember there was like rumor or theories where people were saying that like maybe she was his like sister or something. I definitely don't think that's the case. I didn't
Whoa.
think it was the case before, but like I don't like even further down the line don't think it's the case anymore.
That'd be weird.
Yeah.
That'd be weird as
But
fuck.
yeah, but Discaris, she pulls up and just blasts this bitch.
Yeah, she's
Like,
on demon time immediately, secures Ichi, and then Alexandra's her shit.
yeah, and like just rips her whole shit. Like her torso is ripped in half, and like her shoulders ripped off. Like she
She got
was
some ear
dead.
damage. Yeah.
Yeah, like this was death right here. And then was it toxic something? I forget what this magic is. Toxic something.
Apparently
Toxic
it can heal
jellyfish.
her and do damage to others. That's kind of broken.
Yeah, so
That's a
so
lot of things
she's
one magic can do.
yeah, so she's straight. It's all good. But then, World Hater is like, time's up, party's over, and fucking yoinks her through a fucking portal. And so, I mean, that's one way to end the arc. We were talking about like where do we go from here, and like if Fujimine like takes people and kind of we have like a rescue arc or something, but she ended up getting rescued. So that just makes me wonder, like when stuff like this happens, it's like okay, so how is it going to work the next time we see this character?
Right. Well, I mean,
You
mind
know,
control probably isn't going to be as big of a thing unless other characters that haven't been mind controlled yet and built up a tolerance are being used, as her lackeys or whatever. So that's always a thing. But I mean, like, she's strong as fuck without mind control, bro. Like, she has mortal wound healing, and she has, like, this fucking, like, pestilent style, decaying, toxic, damage that she can, like, do to those around her whenever she wants to. Like, she's pretty broken.
yeah.
Like,
But
she's kind of a
I
one
like
man army as a villain.
I I kind of look at like villains though, where it's like you gotta go somewhere. Like I kind of like view them in like video game logic, where it's like, okay, so she's gone now, but like when we encounter her again for what may be the final encounter, like what's gonna be the circumstances, like
Right.
where is she gonna be, and what kind of like arc can we see her in? Because we've already seen her main trick where it's like she's mind controlling or whatever people, and it's like where is she? Like I'm thinking about, you enter the cave and you find fucking Mewtwo like waiting there for you, and it's like, okay, you rebattle, but like what how does that work for a character like this?
Right.
Like is that because I like when the villains don't get dealt with immediately, like when you introduce a character and they don't die immediately. It's cool to see them again, but like I wonder how we're going to see her again. I hope it takes a while. Maybe they sprinkle her in, a couple. Her influence is seen throughout the next 5 or 6 arcs until we eventually deal with her like mad later, like 200 or something. But I don't know. It's just I want to know how we're gonna like see her again. 'Cause right now, I mean, it seems like she's on punishment.
Right.
World Hater has dropped her off back at the crib, and very end of the chapter, we meet more. We get silhouettes from some of the other shining stars. I think they called his little niggas.
Yeah, I can't remember. There's something stars.
Yeah, I think it's the shining stars or celestial stars. World Hater Magic. Let me see if it says anything. Continue without supporting relationships. Do. Currently unknown trial. Chrono Weaver magic. Let me type in star.
Yeah.
8 results for the word star. Oh, 7 stars.
The
Okay.
7 stars, okay.
Yeah,
I
leader
knew
of the
Shining
7
Stars
stars.
like was maybe not, yeah.
Yeah, so we got members. Hitsugi, which is the reverser magic. Kizashi, which is the octobomb magic. And did I say 7?
Yeah.
All right, so 7 stars. So I feel like so we see at least 3 more here, which this one on the left beside the horn nigga,
Right.
this might be Hisuji, because remember he kind of like was a chimera or something, like he turned into like a cat, but I don't know. I feel like this could be him, but maybe not, because they didn't show him. Like they kind of like hid whatever this creature looks like, so it might not be the reverser magic, but that's still just 5 that we have accounted for. Well, one is dead. Well, not dead, but Hitsuji. Wait, they didn't kill the reverser magic, right?
Um, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember if they. I don't think they did. I know Octobomb got captured, so that's 2 out of 7. So whether the reverser is dead or not, that's on the numbers list. That's 2 out of the 7, and then we got 3 more here. I feel like the reverser did die or something, because there was a point like when Fujimine was first introduced and she was talking to the world hater. She mentioned something. She was like, you're down 1 or 2 stars or whatever, and she said something like, maybe I can make up the difference. So I don't think she's considered one of them like initially. She's like his 8th man or whatever. So I think there's still 1 or 2 guys that have not been shown besides these like 3 that we see at the end. But like, yeah, we know we got at least like 3 more arcs to show these guys. But even then, it's like they could be characters that exist for multiple arcs, like Fujimine. Um, that could be hella arcs in between their arcs, so we're not jumping straight into back to back 7-star magic battles. Like we're gonna have more tomfoolery and chapters like meeting the magic keepers and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and going on regular ass like magic hunts and stuff. But yeah, just the end of this chapter showing these silhouettes and shit. It's like, man, I can't wait to see what they're about.
I know. I can't see him well enough to put any stocks anywhere, though.
Yeah, very hard to tell like what kind of vibe these guys
So
are
it's like,
on.
wait, so there's 1, 2, 3. And we know there's 7 of them, but they're only showing 4.
That's even if like Fujimine is counted as one.
Oh, true. We don't even know that for sure.
Also, like this hand, like
Yeah.
what does this hand belong to? That the
Yeah.
hand that like, because it's it grabs Fujimine, pulls her through, and then it's still here. So it's like this hand is clearly not the World Hater's hand because he's just standing right there, and his nails aren't that long. Like when you see his hand, he gives, he does this shit with the middle finger or whatever, and
Yeah.
like his hand's right there, so he doesn't have these long ass nails. So it's like, is this a different magic that he's controlling, or is this another of the stars? Like, does he have like kind of like a Kurogiri from My Hero, where it's like he's the portal guy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's got to be a portal guy.
Yeah, like is that what's happening here? We just haven't seen like what the portal guy looks like or whatever. But yeah, good chapter.
Yeah, great chapter.
Yeah, it's hard to say like where we go from here. With the bad guys at least. But yeah, Amadoro, Ribbon Candy, and her accomplices were apprehended. But like, I wonder how that situation is going to be handled since they were like under control. So it's like, how much can you really like punish these guys if it wasn't their if it wasn't their will and intent, like if they didn't truly do this on their own and they were like controlled or um, like persuaded or whatever magically, like how much like is she gonna wake up and be like fuck that Fujimine bitch, or are they like gonna throw her in jail? Like what's gonna happen here?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, but we end off on a ping pong match.
Yeah, I can't wait to see fucking magic ping pong next chapter.
Yeah, who do you think is like Ichi's holding the sign up? It's 10-7. It says match point, so somebody is about to win.
Descari. The
But the
goat.
how does the scoring work? Like if like it looks like a ball hit behind Descaris on the wall.
Yep.
So it's like, is that a point? Like, is that good? Like if you fuck up in ping pong, does the point go to the other person or does it just not count until
Goes to the
somebody
other person.
scores? Okay, so it's not a thing where it's like, I don't know if it was a thing where it's like somebody has to score or whatever. Like if you
You can
miss,
score by hitting the ball on their side and they miss it and it goes out of bounds, or if they try to hit it back to you and it doesn't reach you.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
I
like
feel like
if you serve it and then the opponent hits it back, but it doesn't hit your side of the table before falling on the ground, or it runs into the net on their side before crossing over onto your side of the table, then that's a point for you. But then also, if you serve it and then they hit it back and then you hit it back and it hits their side of the table and they miss it, or they can't return it back to you, then that's a point for you as well.
I'm just trying to imagine like a case where this ball hits the wall. Like, how does it hit the wall behind Descaris? Like, that means it had to have bounced off the table,
That's right.
and
If he
it
was going to get
seems
a point for it,
yeah. So, like, I'm thinking, like, because the points, like, it looks to me that he's winning.
yeah, but Descaris is going to win.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Descaris taking that home. I don't give a damn.
Yeah,
My baby don't lose.
yeah, that's funny. Battle of the mentors. Yeah,
Mentor battle.
yeah. So
Hype.
just looking at this shit is funny as hell.
Yeah, because of course they would be at odds in this way.
Yeah, it's like
I trained him
they were
first, but
fucking.
I trained him better. See me in
Yeah,
ping pong, nigga.
where the fuck is China at? Yeah.
China ass. He probably in another room, like having like PTSD moment with himself. Like he
Yeah.
probably in the fetal position, sucking his thumb. Like that's Fujimine, bitch. Goddamn.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, ping pong, man. I was not expecting that. I saw these like lines and shit flashing past Ichi. These niggas are really ponging it, yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
But good chapter.
Great
Excuse
chapter.
me. Yeah, pretty simple.
Yeah.
end of the battle.
Straightforward.
Yeah, pretty straightforward, and just world hater stuff. That's the main thing we see.
World hater crumbs.
Yeah, world hater crumbs. I like this fucking like hand on his chest or whatever. It's like skeleton or whatever. It's pretty cool.
Oh shit, let me
Like
go back and look at that shit.
the like finger
Oh
bones on
yeah,
his.
yeah. That shit hard.
It's cool stuff, but yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this one. We'll probably have more to talk about next week. You got anything else for this?
I'm Gucci.
That's gonna do it, baby girls. This was Ichi the Witch, 87th Hunt, Exchange of Blows. Now jumping into Kinato's Magic, Chapter 20, Beyond Stiff. I didn't notice that was a chapter title, and I gotta say, pretty fitting,
Yeah.
because I am also beyond stiff.
Oh my god.
But the stiffness gets to a point, man.
Yeah.
Like, all right. So it's like I'm cool with the contents of the chapters, but it's just like we don't have to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like this has been like 3 chapters in a row now. It's like,
Where it's like, ooh, obstacle in this fighting tournament. Like, let's just make them all horny and naked and put them on a beach, and then I can run past
yeah,
them. Like, that's
and
all
it's
we're
like
gonna do.
yeah, and it's like there are clearly other people that he could fight. Like these 2 people that show up, the hulked out ones, like he could have encountered them and that just been it. Or like on the very last page, Kinato is running from like a golem. It's like he could have just encountered one of these,
Yeah.
and we saw how he like dealt with a golem, but instead like we open up with, like I'm never gonna complain about baddies,
Yeah.
but
just like the over reliance on this strategy from, you know, conflict to conflict, at least in this arc, is just making me rapidly lose interest in this series.
yeah, it's like that's understandable. It's like people say that like they do this, as like a last ditch effort, but I feel like does that ever actually save a series? Like I feel like it saying that they do this to hopefully claw some sales. It's like who is really reading 20 chapters and then seeing a bunch of titties and going like, oh, I should keep buying this just to see more titties. It's like, bro, there's titties everywhere,
Right.
and like I don't see this as like a desperation. I don't know what I would call it, but I just don't see like over reliance on fan service as like a desperation thing.
Right.
I don't know. It just like if you never read it, you don't know that the titties exist.
Right.
It's like I can see if this is on a volume cover and somebody sees it in the store and they go, "Oh shit, fat fucking melons! Let me buy this or check this out." But like, this is 20 chapters in. Like, if you weren't reading it, you're not gonna, read it for the titties that you didn't know existed. So
Right.
I don't know. It's just weird.
And then on top of that, you got the fight with Terasu and, you know, Suzaku or whatever, and it's very like standard, like, you know, like, all right, they start fighting, you know, there's not really an upper hand, you know, being achieved by any of them yet. They clash ideologies, you know,
Yeah.
and then the next time you see them, the villain is like winning, and like the you know, Terasu's like down on, you know, on her last legs or whatever, until, you know, main character pulls up and interrupts to save the day. And then it just feels so, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it's doing anything new anymore.
Yeah, and like there were there's been opportunities like when Kinato, when he yeah, he got those girls, he relaxed them and then he moved on and then he encountered these other 2 bozos on the bridge and it's like, "Oh, cool. So Kinato, we're about to see some Kinato shit." But then GM pulls up and it's like, "Oh, he's just,
Yeah, GN's gonna do it, I guess.
yeah, and that's gonna happen off screen." So it's like we could have seen Kinato fight with these guys for a few, at least a chapter. We could have got more on the fight with Terasu because like that kind of, we don't really get like choreography. We get like 2 or 3 pages dedicated to them fighting, but it's not like any actual like fighting happening. It's just
Yeah.
kind of like like baps on the screen.
Right.
But like it's like I feel like they could have done more with that. Like I don't know.
I just hate seeing
It's
something
weird.
that started off so like creative and ambitious, like kind of fall into this like cookie cutter like shonen battle shonen storytelling structure that we've seen a million times.
Yeah.
Like fighting festival gets interrupted by villain who is juiced up on, you know, some crazy shit and like fights the chief, and the chief like starts to lose, and then the main character has to beat him, and it's like, okay, on top of that we're getting all this like extra annoying like fan service sprinkled in, and it's just like, what what series am I fucking reading now? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
this is not the
it's
series that I started reading that had me like, holy shit, so much cool shit can be done here. They're just like completely like abandoned all of that just for titties and cliched storytelling structures that we've seen a million times. And it's like, damn.
yeah, it's really just weird. I just want to know the like thought process because like there's a lot that could be there,
Hmm.
but instead like we're getting multiple pages dedicated to like this fan service stuff. And Kinato is just like he refuses to put Kinato in like cool moments.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we had like the moment where he punched that noise guy or whatever, and it was like people were comparing him to Deku or whatever, and it was like, yeah, it's cool, but like there should have been more cool things for Kinato to do. We're just seeing him do the same thing
Yeah.
to attractive women. Like,
Yeah. And his training arc was like half training, half like romantic, like comedy, basically, like frustrating romantic, like comedy.
yeah,
Cause like, his fucking sensei is in love with him. And it's just, I don't know. It just feels like it's going down a very lame route now.
I feel like next chapter, since there's not like any more, young, attractive women around,
Yeah, it'll get more
like
serious
next,
for the next couple chapters. Yeah.
yeah, I feel like it has to, like, because I just can't see, what's her name, like Sarah, what's her name,
Sasaku or whatever.
Sasuke, yeah, I can't see this like chief competitor lady like getting a back rub and going, huh. Like, I mean, maybe, but like, I don't see it with her because she's just like,
A little bit too big of a villainous presence for something
yeah,
like that, like to work and actually, lead to her defeat. Yeah.
yeah. It's like, and she's juiced up on these roids and shit. It's
Yeah.
like, I just don't see
This is
that for her.
clearly
So
an
like,
obstacle meant to show the fruits of, Kinato's training in like a
yeah,
major way. You know what I mean? Like we saw a little bit of what he's able to do on an agility and dexterity level with his Seitai magic being kind of incorporated into his new physical prowess that he's achieved over the course of his training. But this Sazaku villain character is where we're actually going to see all of that. You know what I mean? Where
yeah.
we're going to see everything that he, has upgraded inside of himself used against this hurdle, and that's cool. But did you have to like give us like 3-ish chapters of fucking bullshit leading up to that?
Yeah, this is really weird. Like, I feel like you could have cut like he could have cut like the fan service. Like this chapter didn't have to start with him running it. He could have just straight ran into the two bitches on the bridge and
Yeah.
then tussled with them for like 3 pages. Had Gian pull up and go like, "I'll take care of this. You keep going." While they, spout their bullshit, and then he pulls up and like that's that. Like we literally did not need the like 3 pages of fan
The
service.
jobber baddies, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I get it. I will always appreciate a manga who can draw beautiful women. I
Hmm.
be gooning. I get it.
Hey, yo.
But but like no, like come on, bro. Like I want to see this series like succeed. And it's so weird because like I mean it's probably gonna get axed. Like if
Yeah,
I'm
then
being
it's Canon
realistic,
Master time.
Cannon Master does look peak. You gotta if you haven't read the first chapter yet, it does look very fucking good. It had a strong opening and a strong like promo image. Sometimes you can just tell based on like the image that they kind of lead the series off with, like, hey, this series is starting next week, and you can like look at the main characters and kind of get a vibe where it's like, yeah, this feels strong. That's what I got. Like a lot of times, like with Kinato's, it's like I liked Kinato's like character design, but I wasn't sold until I read, chapter 1 or 2. But like with Canon Master, I felt like seeing the character design. I was
Hmm.
like, yeah, this is
This
this is
is
a
it.
hit already. Like
Yeah.
I knew, and then I read chapter 1, and I was like, yeah, this is a really good series based on chapter 1 already. And like the mangaka that makes Canon Master, he had a couple other like popular one shots that people like, and just other good showcases for their art. I don't think he's had anything serialized. Versus this guy, Amamiya, he's had 1 or 2 things axed before. So this is just a weird spot because like the Kineto's has constantly been in the bottom of the table of contents, and it hasn't gotten a single color page, which those are both always like really bad signs for like a series, chance at survival. But
Someone was
its
in our comment
sales,
section saying that it was doing just fine though, and I was like, no, no, I'm
because
kidding.
its sales
But
haven't been horrible.
yeah,
like for what it is, like yeah, it's not selling like Jujutsu Kaisen or Ichi the Witch numbers, but like for what it is, its numbers have been like decent, and like I think they like under shipped, a number of volumes. So like people that bought the series, like they bought it and it like sold out or whatever, and it was like, oh yeah, we didn't like send enough copies, so then they sent more. Like the numbers have been going like I think it started off like 17th, or maybe that might have been like the first day sales. I think it was either ranked 17th or like 40. I can't remember because Under Doctor is doing like way better.
Mm.
But I want to say it was like 17th, and then it dropped to like 50, and then like there was no more copies, so it dropped to like the 200th spot. But then like the stores got more copies, and then it shot up to being like top 120, and then it like dropped again, and it went to like 400. But then they got more copies, and now it's like 200 again. So it's been shooting up. Like every time like they get copies, like I saw a post where it was like it was ranked like 450, and then the next day it was ranked like 212. So it like shot up 250 spots or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like people are clearly buying it, but it also just feels like it's in a weird situation, kind of like where Undead Unluck was in, where like around 60 or 70 chapters, people were like convinced that Undead Unluck was like on a tightrope. It was like, this shit is probably going to get axed, but like we're also in the middle of some really cool stuff. So it would suck if it gets axed, but the sales kind of suck.
Yeah.
But I don't think Undead Unluck was, I don't remember it being like a bottom of the table of content rider. Like this shit has been just riding the back and not getting any color pages. Um, and like other,
Sayonara.
yeah, I mean, it might be gone. I just want dude to lock in. Like if he locks in and does some cool stuff,
That
like
would
it
be
can
great.
stay.
That'd be great. It just
Yeah,
doesn't feel like that's what's gonna happen.
yeah, it's very possible that we're out of here, especially because Jump is like actually like. Let me just look at Manga Plus. Like I want to say we have a actually really good like roster right now. I think Hematin is ending. Sakamoto Days is definitely ending. The rumor is Sakamoto Days is supposed to end in the next like couple of weeks, and Bleach is apparently coming back to replace it. So we're
Wow.
about to, yeah. So the rumor,
Bleach.
yeah. So Hunter is coming back next week,
Yeah.
and then the rumor is that fucking Bleach is literally coming back in like
How
anywhere
is
between.
Bleach coming back?
That is the rumor. Yeah, the rumor is Sakamoto Days is ending. I want to say anywhere between 1 and 8 chapters, and Bleach is replacing it for this Hell arc. And so, even not counting that, we got Bachi, we got Ichi, we got Cannon Master, which is really really fun first chapter. Hematin's gone. Blue Box I think is ending or whatever. Kane Banashi is good. Ultimate Exorcist Kiyoshi exists and people fuck with it, and I don't know if it's ending or whatever, but I don't think it's not at a chance of getting axed. But we got new stuff in here. So like Shinobi Undercover is still doing good. Like people are fucking with it. There's a new series that came out called Animal Signal three weeks ago. That's a fun little series. It's not like super serious. There's a race car manga that started 2 weeks ago called How Formula, which I think is by the guy that made Green Green Greens. Um, Roku's House of Oddities is really good. That's got 11 chapters. That's another like occult series. Witch Watch, Drawn to the Fire. That's a basketball series with like 10 chapters. Like Jump is in a good spot, man. There's a lot of good manga here. Class 2B Hero Destroyers. That's the shit by the Gintama nigga. It's just poop jokes, and I'm ready for it to be gone already. But um, Someone Hurts is really fucking good. New Age Exorcist is cool. It's still there. Like there's Jump has, like Jump doesn't have any, we got Kagurabachi, One Piece, Sakamoto Days. Like there's a couple of like kind of rising stars, but nothing's at like that JJK MHA status yet. But like there's some stuff here in Jump that people like are looking forward to, but on the lower end, these newer manga are getting decent. Like we have a like this last batch is pretty good. Like I haven't read the racing manga yet, but I like Animal Signal and I like Cannon Master. And before that, we got Roku's House of Oddities. I like that. So it's like competition is getting steep now. Like it's about to get to a point where like if I close my eyes and throw a dart at Weekly Shonen Jump like magazine,
Hmm.
like all the manga, like it's almost at a point where no matter where that dart lands, I'm gonna be mad if something were to get axed or whatever. Because
Yeah.
like there's a good amount of like I don't think there's anything that's terrible. Like there's nothing in Jump where I'm like, this shit is ass, get it out of here. Besides the Gintama nigga. Um, but yeah, so it's like with a new batch starting, you know, Canon Masters very strong first chapter, and Hunter coming back, and Bleach rumored to be back. Like we're about to be in an interesting, you know, era for Weekly Shonen Jump, and I don't know, man. Kinato's it's gotta do something, bro, or it's gonna get out of there.
Yeah, I guess we'll see, but it's not looking too bright, at least on, from my perspective. I just can't see it. Like I feel like it's showing us everything that it needs to show us to let us know that it's gonna keep leaning into this like fan service comedy
Yeah,
in
like
ways that
maybe
are just too annoying for me, at least. I don't know how you feel about it. I feel like we kind of like feel the same about, the usage of it, and would can do without it and would rather it not be there. So I mean, if it's going to keep doing this thing that is annoying to us, like, I don't
yeah.
know.
The only thing that makes sense to me at this point is like maybe the call got made that like it's getting axed, and it's like you just gotta feel we're not canceling it for 8 weeks, so you just gotta like fill up space until then. So it's like maybe that's why he's doing like all this fan service stuff to like just take up some space, but like that's also so weird, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I like the series. I just wish that it was like doing more of the cool stuff that like we were talking about. Um, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I guess we'll see because there's a possibility of something cool happening now that Kinato is here with the villain here. So hopefully something cool happens for the next like 2 or 3 chapters. Did you ever hear about like how Kiyoshi was apparently like dead at 15? Like the plan was to cancel Kiyoshi Ultimate Exorcist at chapter 15, but like it got saved.
Oh,
Basically
no.
like I think Oda fucking like when they be like this mangaka tell a volume comes out and they're like this mangaka recommends this manga. Oda gave his cosign for Kiyoshi because I think it was like the mangaka is like a previous assistant to Oda, and then I guess the popularity boomed or whatever, so like Kiyoshi escaped the axe that was like intended to happen at 15, and now it's at almost 100 chapters, so it's like it could happen, but just I don't. If Kiyoshi is on the slate, like I don't see it like saving itself.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, interesting places that we are in right now with manga, but yeah, I don't think we really said too much specifically about the chapter, but like it's
We gonna see what happens when next chapter, because I mean, like it's like you were saying, like that now that like he's here face to face with the villain of the arc, like there's not going to be a whole lot of room for any of that fan service comedy here. Like
yeah,
it's not gonna work on Shorty. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna have to be a little bit more serious from now until probably the end of this conflict, which is fine. I just hate that
yeah,
we had to have like so much bullshit like leading up to it. Like so much more cool shit could have happened leading up to Kinato running into this villain enemy at the end. But instead
yeah,
it was just fucking like what we got. And it's like, I don't know. Like the storytelling structure just like went so cookie cutter suddenly. And the extra elements being like bathos style, like fucking Seitai magic, make you hot and horny on the beach comedy is just fucking like, how many times are we gonna see that? Like, did we need that
yeah. It's
did
like
we need that the whole way through?
yeah, like I like I don't hate like I'm not like fan service girl. Like I'm not like pissed
Yeah.
that fan service exists in manga, but like I feel like we don't need it every chapter for 3 chapters. Like, space it out. If something like this would have happened, once every 4 or 5, 7 or so chapters or something, cool, sure, or whatever. But like it's just we don't need Kinato running, he's running through the woods and it's like, oh shit, girl in my way, make her horny. All right,
Yeah.
I'm on the way. Oh shit, girl in my way, slap her back. She feels great. Like there could be more, like just do something else. Like show me, like it's not even like we ever see it him touch. Like it's not like he's actually massaging him either. Like we don't even see him. It'd be one thing if he was like you saw like quick cuts of him like dashing in between and like smacking him on the back or something. But like we
Yeah.
don't even see that. Like we don't even see like his agility being like put on display here. Like how fast he like dashes in and does it. Like they get horny or whatever. They all feel relaxed, and then like the next time we see him, he's like standing 10 feet away from them, sprawled out on the ground, and he's like, guys, like he doesn't know what he did. Are
Yeah,
you all right? Like, bro, you did this. Like, what do you mean?
yeah,
Yeah, so it ain't positive for Kinato. I wanted to be, but it ain't. I don't know. I don't feel the same way I did about like Astro Royale. That was like pure disgust. Like, cause that nigga knew better. He had a manga that went for 300 chapters and he knew what he was doing was bullshit. Kinato's this nigga's been axed, and it's still like I'm still gonna consider this as a new guy, but like I don't know. I want more from Kinato's.
yeah.
So
Me too.
yeah. So if you ain't got nothing else, we gonna skedaddle.
I'm good on it.
That's gonna do it, baby, for Kineto's Magic, Chapter 20, Beyond Stiff. I was Beyond Stiff, but yeah. Now jumping into the final manga segment of the night, baby girl. This is gonna be Kagurabachi, the biggest bachi. You know what it is, Chapter 125, Smelting. How you feeling about this one, man?
This is exactly what I wanted to see from
Yeah,
Kagurabachi. I wanted to see
yeah,
like and it seems like they're going to take their time with the process of the forging of the blades. It's not just an explanation all on one in one chapter, and then at the end of the chapter they poop out an enchanted blade. So that's good. I didn't think that they were going to go that fast, but you never know.
hmm
I want to say that things like this have happened that quick in the history of these kind of stories in other series or whatever, where like things just feel like they kind of like move too fast through an explanation, and just want to get to get to the money or whatever. But Kagurabachi does not seem like it wants to do that. It wants to take its time with the explanation throughout the entire process of sword crafting and how the Datenseki, what role it takes throughout that already well known, sword forging practice
yeah,
that, that we know and love or whatever, historically, how it's been that way. And they're just incorporating this special element into it as best as they can, throughout every, kind of, level of the crafting process. And that's really cool.
yeah. I feel like I said, it's not a situation where it's gonna be them speeding through and then pooping out the blade, but like I feel like next chapter might be the last chapter that we actually see them working on the process, and then it'll cut away. Like I think next chapter will continue to be like in this hut with your hero in the gang while they're making the blades, and then like they'll reach a point where they're looking like fucking we didn't die, and then like
Yeah.
the next chapter will be more politics and Mikaboshi stuff,
Yeah.
and we'll cut away from Rita and Kunishige and all these guys for like a chapter or two, and then like somebody's gonna rush in and interrupt a meeting like they've done it, and it's
Yeah.
like they're gonna have a sword in their hand like one of the enchanted blades is fucking crafted. It's like we're not gonna see them do it, but it's like maybe someone will rush the blade over it. It'll kind of be something that like we get the process like 90% done, and then
Sure.
that other like 10% happens off screen, and then like the blade is just kind of introduced in like a board meeting or something.
I think it's really important though that we kind of go through, you know, the process of katana creation, you
Mm-hmm.
know, like thoroughly. You know what I'm saying? Like first you have like tatar smelting. It's the technique that produces tamahagane, like an extremely high quality steel with very few impurities. Once they get that raw material used to make the Japanese katana, then I don't know. I don't have the whole process memorized or whatever, but I definitely have watched documentaries on it before. Then you have to go into like a fucking, folding process where you fucking heat it up and you fold it over multiple
Yeah.
times to create this densely packed blade material or whatever before you go into like sharpening and like shit like that. Like I want to see how they incorporate the Datenseki through every single aspect of this already known process, because you have to handle the Datenseki with like utmost care. Otherwise, you're going to put too much energy into it and blow your whole fucking house up. You know what I mean? So if the Datenseki means that they have to handle each individual process from start to finish of regular katana creation with a lot more care because of this element, I want to see how they incorporate that element into each of those processes, because I think that that's really important if we're going to understand and respect the what it really took to actually make these enchanted blades. You know what I mean? Like they do make a point to say like this nigga's got a special membrane on his eyes that
Yeah,
like
huge.
yeah, like that's insanely big information, but that's not, I feel like that alone isn't good enough for us to kind of fast forward to the end of the weapon creation process and just go, okay, using his eyes and the Tatara smelting, process, we were able to just make the blade from that point as normal as we would
Yeah.
normally make, like there has to be a special thing you do at each level of the sword creation that caters to the idea that the Datenseki is this very volatile, unstable element that can go wrong and fuck up fuck all of you up if anything goes wrong. The margin of error is like non-existent. It's tiny. So I feel like you want to, be thorough with that. You want to handle that with care. You want to go a little bit slower with that so that you can really sell the to make it more believable that they were able to accomplish it. You know what I mean? Because so much writing has been dedicated to, there is no way you can do this. Every single way that we try to think about how to do this ends in an explosion and you die. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have thought about this at length. We have multiple heads coming in and thinking about it, and we cannot figure it out. Then you fucking zoom in on the person who did figure it out. You better fucking, meticulously like lay out that process to us to make that shit believable. You know what I'm saying? That he was able to accomplish it.
Yeah,
After
that's fair.
after all of that, this is impossible writing. Show the possibility
Yeah.
from start to
That's fair. I
finish.
guess I was just thinking my thought
Yeah.
process was like, we're not going to see like 3 full chapters of them making the blades, but I guess it could be broken up still, just like how this chapter kind of like starts with them talking about the Mikaboshi and the sacrifices and stuff, and then we jump into it. So it's like they
Yeah.
could, for the next couple chapters, break it up like in, the first 5 pages could be, them working on the process, and then, pages like 8, 9, and 10 could be like, the fucking, we're preparing the princess to go, the transport is here to take her to the Mikaboshi or whatever, and then, the last 3 pages will be them working on the swords again. So it could be broken up, and then they still, show the entire process over the next couple of chapters. But yeah, this is all super fascinating stuff, and just knowing, like what things that we learn about these characters that make them, special now, like Kunishige's eyes, and it's like, okay, so that's probably something that was definitely passed down to his son, but also like Urita has this, fucking multiplication ability. So it's like, this nigga can hit the blade, when it comes out to where you gotta like hammer that bitch. It's like, this nigga can hit that bitch 7 times at once. It's like,
Yeah.
that's a big deal, all hands on deck. With this nigga's got a lot of fucking hands. So it's like, yeah, this, like you said, he's perfectly uniquely suited for this job. And yeah, we got this dude, this hamburglar nigga who pulls up and it's like, y'all gotta stop this shit. It's like, he kind of seeing the vision
Yeah,
now.
he's kind of getting like, swept into the hype with them. He's like, oh
Yeah,
shit, he's getting the explanation. He's like, hold on, is he really, he can do this shit?
yeah.
I
It's
was
like
here
the
to
shit,
stop
like,
y'all, but now I kind of want to
yeah.
see.
It's like the shit y'all saying not only making sense. I
Yeah,
didn't think about it, but hold up, you kind of making sense. And like,
yeah,
okay, so if you're not gonna blow up Japan and just like us niggas gonna die, then like, maybe
yeah.
fuck it, maybe I'll stick around and see.
Yeah, it's
Maybe.
kind of like that scene in movies where like it's like a bomb that they're trying to deactivate by cutting the wires. And then like the people run into the scene like, yo, get out of here, man. There's fucking 50 seconds left on the bomb, bro. Get out of here. He's like, no, I know I can cut the right wire. And no one runs away because they just want to see if he can do it. You know what I'm saying? Everyone stays in the room because they see the confidence, they see the concentration. They're like, this nigga might actually deactivate the bomb. Okay, well, let's see then.
That is the perfect fucking example. Holy shit,
Yeah.
perfect fucking analogy. Well, I don't know what the fuck. That was perfect.
Yeah, that's
The
literally
nigga
what this
pulled
nigga's
up.
doing. He's like, hey
Yeah,
man, stop what you're doing right now. This is crazy. You about to blow up half of Japan, nigga. And then
yeah,
Urita's
because
like, nah, because this nigga got it. And he's like, oh shit, maybe he does.
he dead ass really is like handling a nuke right now. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, that's crazy.
wild.
Yeah, so. But yeah, these niggas, these Mikaboshi niggas, they on some savage shit, like
Yeah.
ripping their stomachs out or eating
That
each other,
and
whatever the
and
fuck they're
yeah, and
doing.
now I'm curious as to how that works, like on like a sorcery, like magic, like supernatural, like side of things, because everything that they're doing right here in the weapon forging like portion of the storytelling is like straight science. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like this is them, doing math and fucking, like watching, observing for differences in the color of flames and like the shape that the metal takes as it's melting. Like they're doing like real observation, real scientific method shit. But then when they're talking about the Mikaboshi, it's like, how were they able to fucking deal with this Dot and Seki? And it's got like a lot more of like a supernatural element to it. It's like, well, we prayed to like this thing and we sacrificed humans. How does that help?
Yeah,
How does that
yeah.
help?
It's like I guess
It's
it
an
does.
interesting juxtaposition.
Yeah, I guess it does like truly have, a mystical element to it, but these niggas are just like science and that shit. So they're taking like the mystical thing and just like making weapons out of it through scientific method. But these niggas, like, I don't know if I said it here or if it was when I was a guest on Hishaku Hideout, but I remember I was saying like these niggas kind of got bodied because like they had this Mikaboshi shit for hundreds of years. They had a head start, and like these Japanese niggas just made swords and cut them down. It's like the difference is these niggas worshipped it. They
Yeah.
they saw it as like their god, so they would never they would never dare to fucking think to weaponize it in a way
Right.
that like the Kunishige and them did. 'Cause,
Kunishige is
like,
like, now we
yeah,
tame the gods, nigga.
yeah,
Bring that
yeah.
ass here, boy. We turning you into fucking nukes real quick.
Yeah, it's like you got a god, nigga. We gonna put you with a blade. We gonna stuff you with a
Yeah.
bullet, baby. Like,
Yeah. That's
so
so
yeah,
fucking
so
hype. I just really hope that it's not just because I really love the Tatar smelting explanation on how they, were able to kind of reduce the idea of the Dattenseki becoming too unstable and exploding by basically introducing like other elements to it to kind of lighten the
water it
load,
down.
yeah, water it down and dilute it to where it can reach these temperatures that would normally cause it to explode easier because it's not as densely packed of an amount of Dattenseki that's being exposed to those temperatures. They're breaking it down into smaller portions so that when those tinier portions of Dattenseki are exposed to temperatures that high, it doesn't create this fucking chain reaction, insane explosion because you're doing it little by little. You're like lightly you're breaking it down into smaller components and then lightly feeding those components into the rest of the process. Whereas normally, like if you just had a big chunk of Dattenseki and you heated it up to 1,000 degrees, it's fucking over and your whole neighborhood is fucking, is fucking dust. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But they're taking tiny little bits of it and feeding it into the Tatar smelting process by introducing other elements that help kind of like water it down and dilute it. That's fucking genius. That's fucking awesome. I was waiting for an explanation like that, but I hope that they don't go, okay, that's good enough. He's got special eyes. We did Tatar smelting, and now we can off screen like the vast majority of the rest of this process, and then poop out an enchanted blade, and then I don't fucking know. And then that's good enough. Like no, that's gonna feel. I don't want to say lazy, but I'm gonna be disappointed if we don't continue the writing that we have for Tatar smelting, and then weave that into the writing for the katana folding or the steel folding process, and then the sharpening process, and then where does the actual ability come from? Like, is it something that like you kind of just make the sword and then you get to see what the ability is like afterwards? Like, no, there has to be some kind of will, some kind of idea for the ability that the sword will have that Kunishige has in his mind. Because otherwise, how could he purposely create a blade that's meant to defeat all of the other ones if it's just make the blade and see what ability it gets and it's like a random slot machine? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
there's
they're
definitely something like as far as like a signature. When people make something, they
yeah.
sign it. They put their watermark on it. There's definitely a little bit of like Kunishige piss mixed into each blade, like with the intent of like this one is gonna do this. Like you put
Yeah,
a little
he has to have an
lightning bolt
idea of
engravement or
yeah, he
something.
has to have an idea of like how to give the ability like a certain like property or quality before the sword is finished. I really don't believe it's just like, okay, we kept the Dattenseki stabilized enough throughout the entire katana forging process, and now the katana is finished and we don't know what it does until someone grabs it and puts spirit energy into it, and then we just see what it does. Like, absolutely not. You know what I mean? So we need to get the writing that I'm talking about for Tatar smelting throughout all of the remaining aspects of katana creation. Otherwise, it's going to feel clunky to me, I want to
What
say.
if there is? What if there is like a missing kind of like you seen Powerpuff Girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how like they were created, sugar spice, everything nice, but then like the
Chemical
chemical
X.
X.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what if there is sort of like a chemical X factor that like nobody is considering? It's like Kunishige, he knows or he probably at some point gets told, these guys, they're fanatics and they like worship this blade or whatever. They worship this stone and they pray to it. What if like, like part of the final touches is like, making a wish upon it or something, or maybe it like needs blood. Like maybe to complete the process, you need like a human sacrifice or something. And you got this Arita nigga who can multiply. Like, could
Oh
like can he sacrifice
shit.
himself? Like can he die 7 times to make 7 blades or whatever? And it's like, yeah, it's cool. I'm just that's just a clone or whatever. Like,
That would be crazy. What a theory. Wow.
yeah, it's like, but I mean, I guess in that case, it's like how do we get the N10? But like
Yeah.
maybe by that time, like something changed. Like Kunishige maybe figured something else out along, the 18 years later or
Maybe
whatever. Because
Kunishige sacrificed himself for the N10, but it just didn't kill him right away, and his like he already had a clock on him when the Hishaku pulled up to kill him. And
oh yeah,
he
maybe
was just always going to die, but they like expedited that.
yeah. Yeah, if it's something where like it requires a human sacrifice to activate or something, it's like I could see, Rita. He said he was, perfectly. What did he say? Uniquely suited to the job. It's like that could be, in more than one way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah.
just carrying, the workload, but like I need a body. So
Yeah.
So that I mean, if there's some unknown like chemical X factor, and then is just something that like they can never, just to further push that these blades are like kind of like forbidden territory. It's like
Hmm.
we should never craft something like this. Something like this should never be used and replicated type thing. We're making fucking nuke swords, and it's like you don't want people doing this, and it's like taboo. It's like trying to
Yeah.
revive the dead in Full Metal Alchemist, like using blood sacrifices to create these fucking enchanted blades. Would I feel like that'd be kind of fitting?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's wild
Crazy shit.
stuff.
There's still just like so much of a mystery element to this crafting process that we just need writing for. I would hate if they rushed it. Like they need to
Yeah,
take their time with this. They need to
yeah,
treat it with care because it's just been such a big like for how many chapters had they been saying like we don't understand how he did this shit, and for all intents and purposes it is impossible. We've had top men observing this and thinking about it and cannot figure out how the fuck to do what Kunishige is doing, but Kunishige's figured it out. Like this has been a big mystery for the entire series basically on how ever
yeah,
since we started learning about Daten Seki, like we have had these questions and now we're finally in a position to answer them, and they should be as thorough as possible with the answer is what I think.
yeah. Because I mean, Sojo was trying to do it. That I feel like the now that I think about it, that Sojo. Remember, he was trying to use char, like he was like chopping off pieces of her body and
Right.
trying to like introduce human flesh into the equation when like handling
The
the
Daten
Datsenseki.
Seki.
So
Yeah.
so yeah, they might end up sacrificing some of these clones, man, to complete that
I
process.
can
Because
see that,
like,
man. That makes a lot of sense. I love that theory a lot.
yeah, that's some crazy shit.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone said that shit yet, but you heard it here first on Shonen Pulse. Like
Yeah,
clone sacrifice could be the move, G.
could be the move, yeah. Yeah, because like we've seen things that are similar. Because when you were saying like they're talking about like how long have they been talking about this shit is impossible, and I was about to say, oh, the flashback started 12 chapters ago, but like niggas
Even
have been
long
talking
before
about,
that.
yeah, niggas have been talking about trying to make these impossible to create blades since like chapter 7 when
Yeah.
Sojo pulled up and was like, I just can't figure this shit out, and
Right.
he wanted that kid
Yeah.
for reusable flesh for some reason. Like they never explain like what they never explain how her using her chopped up body parts would help him in this process. So
Hmm.
now it would make sense
Yeah.
if that's the chemical X.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, banger chapter. I mean, I don't think Hokuzono is gonna skimp. I feel like at this point everyone knows that he's in the flow state. He knows that Jump like needs this shit to bust. So it's like there ain't no pressure. This
Right.
nigga ain't nobody over his shoulder saying like, I don't know, you should probably skip this shit. Like the
Yeah.
nigga dick is on the table and
Right.
he in the flow state.
Yeah, he did his part. He's now at Jesus take the wheel levels of trust.
Yeah, like they just gonna let him cook. That's why I mean, Buddy Young, man. So he taking like a month or two like break for health purposes. Like he been working hard as fuck on this series.
Yeah.
So it's like it's definitely sad to see him like gone for a while. But like I mean,
Shit, Togashi back, so I ain't gonna really feel it all that hard.
yeah,
We about to be feasting for 20 weeks.
it's finna be upwards. Somebody said So we were saying, I don't know if we were talking about it during the recording, but I was saying that since Sakamoto is in, and the rumor is that Bleach is coming back, and somebody was saying that Shonen Jump is like gonna have a fucking heart attack or something with how much like black ink that like between like Kubo and Hokuzono, like how much
Yeah.
like because this page we had another like two this chapter we had like 2 pages that was like tons of black ink, and then last chapter we had like the fucking forge lighting up, and it was just black ink all over the place. Like Okazono has been straight just going crazy with just black ink, and just I know these niggas are like, bro, this shit is expensive, dog. Like,
Right.
please.
Right.
And then Kubo be doing the same
But
shit. But I feel like Kubo
Kubo
does a
be doing
lot
a
with
lot of
white.
whites too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like it might catch a break there. They're like, yeah, bro, don't draw no backgrounds, bro. We need to save somebody because that other little nigga, he don't know how to act,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but I welcome, Togashi coming back. That's pops right there. Happy to
Yeah.
have him back, and
Welcome back,
you know,
Dad.
yeah, if Bleach is back, I'm a read. I'm not a big Bleach guy, but I'm a follow it, see where it go or whatever.
We
Because
will not be there.
I mean,
No,
I
I'm
don't,
just
I ain't,
kidding.
I ain't talking about, I don't plan on like talking about it on the show, but like, I'll follow it just to see where it go or whatever. But like,
Mhm.
yeah, just if Bleach really does come back and we have Hunter, like if we have Hunter, Bleach, One Piece, fucking Kagurabachi, Ichi the Witch, like if we have all the, like that's the magazine is stacked, bro. Like if
Yeah.
all those things are running at the same time,
Yeah.
yeah, like nah, bro. Like that's a crazy magazine. Like regardless of like anyone's opinions of Kubo, like having a nigga back writing Bleach and not like some, not saying I didn't like Burn the Witch, but like not coming back on some like, oh, I'm gonna try my hand on some Samurai 8 type shit. Like no nigga, everybody knows Bleach is gonna sail. So
Yeah.
yeah, Jump about to be in a crazy spot if that rumor is true. So rest up, Hokuzono, and we will be here when you return, baby, baby.
Baby, baby.
Yeah. So, you got anything else for this one?
No, I'm good.
That's gonna do it. Then biggest bocce of the Kagura variety. That was chapter 125. Smelting. Now, before we get on about it here, you know what we got to do, baby. We talk about our favorite chapter of the week, and we review some of them comments. I was getting ahead of myself. I was talking fast. That's how I normally talk. But anyway, chapter of the week. We had some bangers this week, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, yikes, man. What you thinking, play?
I think it's between Centuria, Ranger Reject, and Kagurabachi. I think those are the top three of the week. Which one do I choose? Fuck. It's hard not to say all of them. I want to. Fuck. I don't know, dude. I'm just gonna say Ranger. Ranger was too
Yeah,
big, too
too
big, too
big.
girthy, too hype.
Yeah, it's too swole. There's veins, popping out. Like,
Yeah.
speaking of veins, off topic, I saw a video of a nigga like he created a device to like chop the veins off the top of his Snickers or something.
What the fuck? They're
Yeah,
tired of
because
it
he
looking
was.
like a BBC.
Yeah, and I was like, this is gayer than just like being gay, bro. Like, just eat the Snickers, dog. But
This is gayer than having sex with a man.
yeah, like dog, you were intentionally chopping the veins off of a candy bar because you think it looks like a penile. You're like, you're weird, bro. Just eat the fucking chocolate. Anyway, yeah, man, it's Big D, baby. All that to say, Big D. Ranger Reject, man, it was too swolly, too platinum, too major, too large, yo.
Yeah,
Just
bro, seriously. I mean, I wouldn't argue with anyone that said that Centuria or Kagurabachi is their chapter of the week either.
yeah.
But like, oh no, man, Ranger just did it this week.
Yeah. I wouldn't argue, but I would question if you read Ranger Reject. Like if you said anything other than Ranger was your favorite, I'd be like, okay, those were good, But
Do you read Ranger?
have you by any chance ever read this manga called Ranger Reject? Because like the shit was boss.
Bah.
So like yeah, Big D came back. Big Giga D. Yeah.
Giga, my
Don't
nigga.
forget. Yeah. Nigga said Weezy F baby, don't forget the whatever. F is for front though. Nigga said, don't forget the Giga, nigga. Like huge. Yeah. He
So
came back
good.
before Kensa.
Yeah.
So
Everyone thought Kinsa was first.
yeah, on the poll, I haven't looked at it.
Wasn't too many people commenting on it, but the ones that did said it's got to be Kinsa.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ranger's major right now. It's in its final arc. So if you're listening to this comment and are in this section and you haven't like skipped ahead or whatever or dropped off or cut us off or whatever, yeah, Ranger Reject. It's in its final arc, and the main character energy is at an all time high. Like big shit's happening. We are a couple chapters behind. I think there's like 2 chapters that haven't been translated, but 2 chapters just got translated like 2 days ago. So it's been hype, big stuff.
Shit going stupid.
Yeah, it's been major. Yeah, everything else, good this week. Some things, less good than usual. Like Shangri-La Frontier was good, but it just the chapter didn't like
Didn't have that oomph that it normally has.
Yeah, I feel like maybe next chapter it will, but it was one of those ones where I was just like, oh, okay, it was cool, but we'll see. And then other stuff like Kinato's magic. We had boobies, which I ain't mad at, but like I'm might be just booby overdosing. So it's like
Overdosing on boob.
yeah, it's like maybe give me a glass of water and something. I don't know. Anyway, that's going to do it for comments of the week, and we don't have to cut. I'll just roll straight into chat. That was backwards. That's going to do it for chapter of the week, and I'll just read some of these comments. So we got one from @Roman12Gamer. He says, I like the Shangri-La segment. It feels like a different podcast about a game that doesn't exist. Like if it was a podcast about Warframe or something like that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's
a good comment. That's a cool
fucking
thought.
cool comment.
Yeah.
It's like, like I feel like, man, like I know, podcasters get like a bad rap, and then, like sometimes some people, they make podcasts and it's like, man, they just give microphones to anybody. But like some shit, man, like dead ass, like, when you a fan of something, I'd be like, bro, I wish there was people talking about this. So like,
Yeah.
I'd be feeling the same way. Like when I'm not like reading manga or playing a game, I'd be like, bro, I wish like somebody was talking about like this game that I like, or, somebody else is talking about this manga that I like. And it's like, we doing that, baby.
We doing it.
Yeah, we doing
Feels
that.
good.
Yeah, gotta get some more, things under the belt for conversation topics or whatever. And I gotta stop being lazy and get back to my personal channel. But yeah, that's all in the fucking, down the road. We're gonna get there. But yeah, Shangri-La Frontier feeling like something that don't exist. That's dope, man. I like that. That's, scratching the itch that ain't, you might not have even known you needed that shit scratched, but we got you, baby. Scratch your back.
Got you.
Let's see. At Rainmaker's Quest highlights. For someone who's broken his back and tore upper and lower muscles from a car crash, I can understand Togashi's pain. The pain is pretty constant and you never feel the same again. I think that was in response to maybe
what were
I
we
was
talking
saying
about? No, I think that all we were saying was that that like Togashi isn't on like borrowed time, like health wise. Like it doesn't feel like he's like on death's door because of his back issues. We definitely understand how serious the back issues are and why it makes sense for him to take the breaks that he takes. I think our conversation was more about like, do we have to be worried that he might actually just like kick the bucket before he, finishes the series or gets a decent amount like more through the story, like into the Dark Continent, like kind of like shit. Yeah. I think that's what I remember the conversation being. I might have to go back and double check and listen to that, but I don't think we were trying to downplay the injury in any kind of way. If that's what, the comment.
I do think I might have said something like, with the amount of time that like he's been away, like it probably wouldn't be like the end of the world to like draw a page, like every month or something.
Oh,
like
I see. Okay.
With there being like no deadline, it's like you could just draw, like if he drew a line a day, like that would still, that's something where he can just reach his arm off the bed onto the nightstand and just scribble or whatever, like like,
Yeah.
something. Whereas, like, sometimes people be like, I can't, not to say that this is a health thing, but when they say like you should get, you should walk for 30 minutes a day or something or whatever to maintain like a healthy, weight or something. And I'd be like, sometimes I don't feel like walking 30 minutes, but like I feel like if I get on the treadmill for, 5 minutes, I feel like at least I did something.
Right.
It's better than not doing nothing. But I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not whenever I say that, it's mostly to my wife who's like complaining that she like gained weight, and I'm like, well, you should just get on the treadmill. She's like, I don't feel like walking. It's taking a long time. And I'm like, well, if you just get on the treadmill for 5 minutes, that's better than just laying in the bed. Like
Type
5 minutes
shit.
is better than nothing. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, for someone with a major, back injury, I obviously wouldn't say that to his face or whatever, because he probably like still off on me or whatever. And then
Yeah.
like me and him, I had to tussle, and I don't think that nigga can whoop my ass. But, but like, I wouldn't
Shut
want to
the
hurt the goat.
fuck up.
I wouldn't want to hurt the goat. Like, bro, I love you, dog. Please don't make me.
I hate this
But
nigga.
but yeah, nah.
Yeah.
I respect Togashi and shit, and I love the guy. So looking forward to his return, and hope he takes it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
let's
at your
see.
own pace, goat.
Yeah, take your time, player. Got one from at Master Sonic 707. Do you fellas read any series from Weekly Shonen Champion magazine?
What does that even
I think
have again? Let
I
me
think
look
I
at my
commented
app.
that Baki's in there.
Iruma
He
too.
says, yeah, I think Aruma's in there. I said that Aruma, and I've read some of Rappa, which is like a ninja
I
series.
remember that.
Yeah, that one actually I saw a tweet today where it's going on like an indefinite hiatus due to health related issues. So like, yeah, these manga need to
Damn.
take care of themselves, man. Like this industry is not fucking kind to people.
Yeah.
Like Togashi coming back from a major health thing, and then this rapper guy's taking a break, and Hokazono's taking a break, and like this shit is serious, man. Like they need to figure out a better system.
Nah, for real though.
Whether it's like they just do a volume at a time, and these magazines become bi-weekly or something, or like they do the A week B week thing. Something's got to change. Like because we can't keep having these guys like dying. Like it's not like they're working in like the construction field or like the oil rigs or something where it's like, yeah, you got a high chance of that. These guys are drawing like comic books and dying from it, bro. Like
Right.
something's got to change where these working conditions get like better in some way. Like they need to like, I don't know, have somebody hired to rub their backs or fucking give beads or something. Like there's got to be something to compensate these guys for breaking their backs to draw these fucking comic books and give us these stories that fucking mean so much to us years on down the line or whatever. Like I hate seeing these breaks where it's like due to health. Like it'd be a different thing where it's like, yeah, he's taking a break from research or he's going on vacation, but it's like always guy broke his back, got to take a break for a month. It's like, bro, that sucks.
Yeah.
From drawing comics, like,
From drawing comics, bro.
yeah, it's like that's the last thing I would expect, like somebody taking a health related break for. Like
Yeah.
that's so crazy.
You definitely
Um,
don't see this shit on the Western side of comic book creation, I'll tell you that.
yeah, because them niggas be like, I ain't coming to work, nigga.
Even the most like prolific like artists and writers don't seem to run into this extreme of health issues just from work.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's crazy. Let me see. Maybe just read one more comment. Regarding from I don't know what the contents are. I'm just gonna pick it at TG-IX9PY regarding Gachiakusa. Some people said that Engin's injury is due to Maimo's injury. Like Alto said, if you fuck with time, it will fuck with you. So I feel like because he used time to almost kill Maimo, time took it and gave it back to Engine basically to almost kill him. Wow.
Yeah, because he has like a similar injury in the similar part of the body.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. I
It's
did
cool
not. I
as
didn't even
cool
see
as
this
fuck,
comment
bro.
until
Yeah.
now. Yeah, so that's fucking dope. Like if he slowed time or whatever, fast forward time, stabbed him in the neck. Like boom, you get a neck stab too, bitch. Like
Yeah, that's
fucking
crazy.
yeah, that is wild. Okay, I like that.
I
So
like that a lot.
Yeah, hopefully we get some kind of explanation on that. I don't know if Gotchi's on like a break or if it was just on break. I know we didn't have a chapter this week because it was on break last week, but I don't know if like Arana is on some sort of break or if it was just like a 1 week thing. So hopefully we got a Gotchi chapter this week. But I think that's going to do it, baby girls. This was Shonen Pulse, episode 65. We thank you for watching. As usual, hit the buttons, all the damn buttons down there. Like, comment, subscribe. You should subscribe to this channel. If you are not subscribed, at the time of me saying subscribe, because of the way YouTube works, that subscribe button should be lighting up, should be all blingy and fucking jingly out stuff. Just hit the button, man. Don't
Just
make
hit
it
the
bling. Just
goddamn button.
hit that goddamn button, man. And join Discord, drop comments, and share the video with your friends. If you know they're reading anything on this list, especially something like Kinato's Witch, you know some people that like boobies. Share the video, man. But for real though, share the video and do all the stuff. We thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Happy Father's Day, happy Juneteenth, and happy, whatever day this is that you were listening. Goodbye.